that work.
Uh-huh.
So Joe's got to go to a schwanky deal tonight.
I do.
And throughout the course of today's broadcast, Joe has to change into a tuxedo.
Uh-huh. I do.
Tuxedo's in the office right now.
Got a swanky tuxedo.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to put it on this early, though.
I'm just saying, at some point throughout the show, you've got to do this.
Well, my plan was to kind of go sporadic, right? I mean, like one break, I'll put the pants on. Next break, maybe the shirt.
So you're pantless at this point?
I could be. It's possible.
If you're watching on YouTube and you want to see Reinagel without pants, man, get to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
Well, that's
Blitz finally hit all the right buttons. We're on there now. Here we go.
Everybody is nobody wants to see that, and I don't blame them for that. But if you want to see a nice penguin suit,
TV Joe coming back today.
That's right, could be.
Absolutely.
We got to get. I got it. I don't perform for just a minuscule audience, though. I mean, if I'm going to put on this tuxedo for all to see, it's got to be a big audience on YouTube.
So over 150 people watching?
Well, or
over
so,
100?
Sure, something like that. Yeah, century mark would be good.
We'll get there. You guys want to see Reinagel? See, here's the thing: if we get that number early, Joe's got to wear the tuxedo longer, and I'm down for that. My wife is still at work. I heard about this event you're going to. And somebody's like, do you want to go and be at our table? I was like, no. Black tie, tux? I'm not going to that. And then yesterday, Joe was like, yeah, I got to go to this thing tomorrow. Like, yeah, don't tell my wife. I didn't even tell her about it. I was like, ain't no way I'm going to that.
Well, it's one of those things that my wife's, the company she works for, has a table there.
Yeah.
And so she was invited to go.
Your wife is making you go.
And I'm going because... I'm that kind of a guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see Reinagel in a tuxedo for multiple hours of this show, multiple hours. In fact, Stephen Jones is going to join us early today around 3:15. I would love Reinagel to have to talk to Stephen Jones wearing a tuxedo. That would be a lot of fun. Go watch on YouTube, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Cowboys, boy, they got Pittsburgh coming up on a Sunday night. Let's talk about that here from Mike McCarthy as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, that should be a good game. I think, Pittsburgh's a 1-point favorite, something like that, 2 points. Haven't checked that one, but I know tonight you got the Atlanta Falcons are a 1-point favorite over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know that because I just looked at BetUS.com. I do that because I'll probably have something on the game. Haven't decided which side I want to go just yet, but I'll have a little action on that game tonight, and I can't wait for it. And not only that, but you got college football this weekend, all the NFL, and BetUS is the best place to go. In fact, it's easy to sign up, and right now they got a heck of a deal for you. 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. That's incredible. 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. It's unheard of, but that's what BetUS.com does. They do things better than other sports books, any other sports books that you can think of. In fact, I've been using BetUS for about 3 years now, and I love it. Easy to deposit, easy to make a bet, and certainly very easy to collect. I love just kind of making the cash money just keep going up. I like to look at it when I go in there. It's always kind of nice. However you want to do it, though, you do it that way. Go to BetUS. Get in on the action because it is so much fun. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com. Easy to sign up. Only takes a few minutes to do that. Or if you'd rather talk to a live person, you can do that as well. Just give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US. Get in on the action because BetUS is where the game begins.
Join the Blitz live this Friday at Encira Nissan for a meet and greet with some of the UTSA football stars and your chance to get some new exclusive UTSA merch, all benefiting UTSA football athletics. Plus, you can get tickets to the San Antonio Zoo, Fiesta, Texas, and Tobin Center. The Blitz this Friday at Encira Nissan on I-10 between Wurzbach and Heidner. With 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Gomez Law Firm has been helping injured victims in car and trucking accidents for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here. Jose, if someone finds themselves faced with the stress of an accident, what next?
Well, the first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google JoeGomezLaw.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is the leader in personal injury law. If you have been in an accident, you need a firm that will fight for you and your family's rights.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years.
The Gomez Law Firm fights for you against the big insurance companies and wins. Tell us about some other cases you represent.
Really, anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have found yourself faced with a personal injury matter, if you've been in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then it's important to call the Gomez Law Firm today. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at 4hers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs. With Hers, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans online, like compounded GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, all for as low as $199 a month with a 12-month plan paid up front. Get started at 4hers.com/afford today. That's 4hers.com/afford.
With fall savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,600 off select appliances from top brands like GE Profile. Save space and time with the new combo washer and dryer and do-it-all-in-one machine. And with Smart Dispense technology, the right amount of detergent is automatically added to every wash. Laundry day is a whole lot smarter with the GE Profile Ultra Fast Combo with Smart Dispense only at the Home Depot. Right now, save up to $1,600 and financing on select appliances with fall savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Price about September 26th through October 16th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Do that. Subscribe and watch.
Might be a prize in it for you.
Might be.
Might be. Could be. Get to see me in a tuxedo?
I don't know if that's a prize.
That's a prize.
Is that a prize?
Yeah, of course it is.
Maybe for Maggie.
No, I hope it is for her. If nobody else. Oh, dude. Yeah, a glimpse of what she's wearing tonight. It's like,
really?
My goodness.
Well, I would hope it's a big schwanky
Holy
deal.
cow.
You know you're going to see George Strait tonight,
Well,
right?
that's what I hear.
Oh, I told you that.
And Lieutenant Dan's going to be
Gary
there.
Sinise.
He's the host.
Yes.
And the best part about it is, and I will say, all kidding aside, is for Medal of Honor winners.
No, whoa.
Well, or they're going to be there.
No, do not screw this up.
Okay, I'm screwing it up. Tell me what it is.
They're Medal of Honor recipients. Nobody wins the Medal of Honor. They are recipients.
Correct.
Do
I
not
stand
disrespect them and call them, hey, look what you won.
I stand corrected. You are absolutely right. Yes. Medal of Honor recipients.
Oh, no. I have tried through the years to explain that to Rob Thompson.
Uh-huh.
And when we're at like Army-Navy game and we'll meet these incredible heroes, and he always calls them winners, and they always correct them, and he always is like, why can't I get that through my head?
I know it.
Do not start calling them winners now. They are Medal of Honor recipients.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I stand corrected, and will do my very best to not say that again.
And don't
because
congratulate
you're right,
them. Hey, congratulations. That's not.
No,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's the best part about it is Medal of Honor recipients will be in the house.
Most of the living ones.
The ones that are alive, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's an incredible event.
So I'm looking forward to it.
You know, Jerry's daughter, Steven's sister, is coming in town because the Jones family is winning what is called the Patriot Award.
Right.
And when you think about what they do and the Medal of Honor Museum that they are building up there near Jerry World, it really is incredible. So it's going to be a hell of a night. You're going to have fun. And George Strait, I mean, think about how many people went and saw him up in College Station. You're going to be in a room with a couple thousand people, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
If that.
Maybe so.
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Jerry, not showing up today, but he did show up yesterday in his helicopter. Now, what a way. I mean, during practice, hey, boys, let's stop practice. Boss man has to land a helicopter.
In your 30 years of coaching, how many times have you had a helicopter land on the practice field next to you?
Well, hey, I mean, let's be honest. He was almost late for practice. I thought I was going to have to get on his ass. So I mean, I'm just glad he made it.
Good answer.
Good answer? Good answer. Thanks, Clarence. That means a lot coming from you. So let's just skip the follow-up and let's talk some football. What do you think? Yeah.
I'm not talking about my boss. That's all I hear.
Yeah, of course not.
Don't get me in trouble. I'm already on the hot seat right now.
Jerry can land that helicopter anywhere he wants. I mean, that's, he owns the team. He can do whatever he wants. So that's kind of cool. And, yeah, it's kind of impressive. I don't care who you are. Right? I mean, it is. Even the players probably. You see old Jer coming down in his helicopter. I remember seeing him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Coming down is kind of cool.
But I've seen that helicopter either at games, but at the facility land a couple of times, and it is impressive. Not during practice. I mean, stop practice, all right, so he can land his helicopter. I mean, talk about a man that just does not give a... It's Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry time. Jerry time is there. And seriously, the Cowboys have to figure out what they're going to do. All the injuries that they're dealing with, whether you're talking about offensively or defensively, Mike McCarthy talked about how the offense has to adjust.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, you want to stay healthy and with your game plans. And I think just like anything, anytime you have a lot of change, particularly in personnel, you got to take a hard look at your volume. So, anytime the volume goes down, I think it's clearly responsibility of the coaching staff to have more creativity. So less volume, more creativity is something that I've always lived by as a coaching principle. That'll be, hopefully will shine, hopefully Sunday night, but we got to be on top of it because we got a lot of players playing with adjusted rules, and we got to make sure they have clarity. Clarity gives them confidence, and confidence they'll play more aggressive and with more speed and more finish. So that's been our outlook all week.
And you look at it too. It's shorthanded, obviously, with the two biggest defensive stars out this week, in Micah Parsons and D-Law. I mean, this is a big game for the Cowboys. If they can somehow steal this game on the road, I mean, it would be huge with all the problems that they're having injury-wise, it would be huge.
It's Thursday, so over the next couple of days, you're going to see all the different picks. This morning on Greeny, everybody picked Pittsburgh. And even Greeny pointed out, that's never good. Every time everybody picks one team, that team tends to not win the game.
That's true.
And you look at what the Cowboys have to do, there's just going to be a lot more on Dak, a lot more on CeeDee Lamb, a lot more on Jake Ferguson.
I think a lot of that's overblown. I think the most important thing is your veteran players got to play well every week. I mean, and that's something that, is part of your evaluation. So much is made of our young players and, some of the things that, that we've had to go through during the correction phase. But, our big-time guys got to play too. So, I mean, it's, that's a part of being a team. That's a part of playing the complementary formula. And most importantly, we got to come out of this game where the offense and defense are complementing each other, and our special teams is going to have to be good. This is a good special teams unit too, so it's an outdoor game. So there's definitely going to be more opportunities for returns and coverage in the game potentially. So all those things will factor, because I mean, if you look at the history of playing, a lot of these games come down to the last series, just no different than 2016 up there, no different than 2020 when we played them here, and I just in the games I've been through. So. That's what we prepare for, and that's why the joy of playing is what it's all about.
And the environment there in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night game is going to be huge, because it is the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody gets a little more fired up for them. I just think this is a game the Cowboys have an opportunity to win, and if they can steal this thing in Pittsburgh on Sunday night, I mean, just the boost of confidence, I guess, for lack of a better word, for this team is going to be off the chart.
You look at this game, Pittsburgh's favored by 2.5 according to Circa Sports, and I know books are, in that range, but I'm looking at Circa, and they're at Steelers 2.5. Pittsburgh's offense is pedestrian.
Yeah.
Their defense is incredible.
It is.
It almost feels like if the Cowboys can get to 21, 24, somewhere in that range, they're going to be fine. And I say, can they go get 3 touchdowns in a game? All right, but can they kick 3 field goals in the game and 2 touchdowns? I mean, as long as they have some scoring drives. This is one of the rare times where if he's rolling out Brandon Aubrey for a long field goal, I don't think I'm going to be mad at it, because I don't feel like they're going to be trading touchdowns for field goals. It might be one of those field goals for field goals, and who gets the random touchdown. You heard Mike mention, special teams, a chance at a return. It kind of has one of those game kind of feels to it. And at the same time, Cowboys always win a game they have no business winning and lose a game they have no business losing. I don't know what category to put this one in, because you kind of feel like technically they're probably the better team, athletically, roster-wise, but are they playing better as a team than the Pittsburgh Steelers? And quite frankly, the way Mike Tomlin always gets the most out of his people, it's hard to bet against a Mike Tomlin coach team.
Well, especially at home. Look, they gave up 27 points, Pittsburgh did, to the Indianapolis Colts last week, but that was in Indianapolis. It's a different ballgame when they're in Pittsburgh. And I would agree with you, maybe offensively, certainly they're more talented. With the loss of D-Law and Micah Parsons, Pittsburgh's got the edge on defense, without a doubt. So, what's going to give? I mean, something's got to give. The Cowboys have got to score some points, and that's not going to be easy to do against that Steelers defense.
Now, Mike Tomlin, you think about the Cowboys-Steelers rivalry. They don't play a lot. They really don't play. And when they've played in the Super Bowl against each other, obviously, and that's helped create the rivalry. But Mike Tomlin did say all the things you would expect the other head coach to say about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys.
From a Dallas Cowboy perspective, starting first and foremost with their offense, I just got a lot of respect for Dak Prescott. I hadn't seen a lot of him. Funny enough, since he's been in the league, I think we've only played against him in particular one time in 2016. But I see a guy who is ultra competitive, has unbelievable arm talent, natural leadership skills. You feel the guys rallying around him in terms of the tape study, the way they battled back in the Baltimore game is an example of that. He's got a real steady demeanor, man. He utilizes his quarterback mobility in a very prudent way.
Well, he does, and they're going to have to roll him out and keep him on the move. I just don't think there's going to be any other way to do that. On the other side, though, we got Justin Fields is probably playing the best football of his career, his short career,
yes,
in Pittsburgh. And, he's going to be a handful for the Cowboys to stop because he is a mobile quarterback. And if you don't have your two outside guys, those guys that are filling in are going to have to they're going to have to step up and play, or Fields is going to be running all over the place.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Well, we got some tickets to give away to go see Gary Clark Jr. Win them before you can buy them. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10. You can win a pair of tickets to go see Gary Clark Jr. Friday, February 28th at the Aztec Theater. If you're caller number 9 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, caller number 9, you're going to win a pair of tickets to go see Gary Clark Jr. If you don't win them, again, they go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Interesting game tonight in the NFL. Let's get into that and look around the league. Coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, when you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house through the years. They've added extra outlets in the garage, spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Maybe you just need additional outlets or USB ports, a fuse that's constantly blowing, you need lights moved, whatever the project is. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, games on Saturday with quarterback questions all around. We're talking Ewers, we're talking Arch, we're talking Wegman, we're talking Reed, we're talking college football.
Recapping Thursday night football in the NFL and looking forward to a loaded slate this Sunday, including the Cowboys limping into Pittsburgh. All that and more starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
If you love cowboy boots, you'll love this news. A new Tacova store is coming to 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Inside, you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, Western apparel, and accessories for men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Check out the Tacovas grand opening at 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights, Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Enjoy live music and free swag for the first 50 folks in the door daily. Tacovas, don't go gently.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case. Closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Smoky Moe's is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio. Tailgating or game watching? Create your own party pack with your choice of meats, including brisket, turkey, sausage, and home-style sides, including our new bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Moe's barbecue gets its delicious flavor and aroma from quality meats prepped with our unique spice blend. Smoked low and slow over post oak, in-house, every day. Smoky Moe's is great Texas barbecue, served fast and friendly, with 8 locations. Find the one near you at SmokyMoe'sBarbecue.com. Smoky Moe's, the pit is lit.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a colonial with high ceilings, hardwood floors, and a peaceful neighborhood. And you found it. Now, every Saturday at 6 a.m., you get to wake to the sound of your neighbor's leaf blower. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Before you tour a home, the real estate professional you're working with may ask you to sign a buyer's agreement, which describes the services you'll receive, each party's role and responsibilities, and how your agent will be compensated, all of which you'll want to discuss with them up front. So work with an agent who's a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors with a duty to honestly represent you and put your interests above their own, because that's who we are.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
What's up? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
Night, he's got to put in a tuxedo.
I do.
You want to see Joe on YouTube wearing that tuxedo. He's going to change. I want him to have to change earlier because he's very uncomfortable in this thing.
Well, you know, it's not something you wear every day.
True.
Used to have to wear him quite a bit.
Pledge does.
Well, he does. But Pledge is used to that.
Yeah.
But, you know, nowadays I'm a radio guy, so it's a little more comfortable. Although we're getting back to TV, it seems like.
Yeah, but look, as long as we can wear shorts to work.
I'm okay with that.
Right?
So, yeah, so I've got to put this thing on. You know, it's a nice event tonight.
When do you have to take the tuxedo back?
Tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't get to keep it for the weekend?
What do I want to keep it for?
So you could wear it to the big event tomorrow, the Blitz Live at Ancira Nissan, with some UTSA football players, and in the deal tomorrow, whether Joe wears his tuxedo or not, Ancira Nissan, they've got some exclusive merch they're going to sell, all raising money for UTSA football players in their NIL. JT Clark and some other players are going to be out there. You can win tickets to the Zoo, Fiesta Texas, Tobin Center, and even take a picture with the Heisman Trophy. And that's one of the reasons why, Reinagel, I think you do need to wear the tux, is when you take a picture with the Heisman, you are actually in the tux.
Well, like I just won it or something? Is that
I mean,
how we're trying to do this?
You're going to lie to people, but yes.
No, I won't be doing that. As much as I'm looking forward to that event tomorrow, I won't be wearing the tuxedo.
Now, our friend Adam, who's a photog over at KSAT 12.
Uh-huh. Yes.
He just texted he's going to be tuxed up tonight, too. I'm not sure what that means. But his question is, why does Reinagel not own a tuxedo?
I used to own a tuxedo, and I think I grew out of that.
Is that how you say it? You grew out of it?
I did.
You gained too much weight.
Perfect. Yes, you could say that. I grew out of it. What the hell's the difference?
You couldn't get it altered?
Well, I suppose I could, but I had it for a long time because I used to do several events that required a tuxedo. So I broke down many moons ago and decided to buy one. Well, now it's like once in a blue moon. So I don't need it. And I just as soon, go get one. I get it. They take care of it. I pay them. I take it back, and I'm done with it. It's just that easy. And I don't plan on wearing a tuxedo a lot.
You didn't plan on wearing one this week either, but here you are.
Well, I didn't, but here I am.
All the crap you used to give me about not owning a suit, doesn't that not apply for you in tuxedos? Because you rent more tuxedos than anybody I know.
Since I've been here at San Antonio Sports Star, how many tuxedos have I rented?
4 or 5?
No, 2.
Seriously, 4 or 5?
2.
Pledge?
He doesn't know.
No, it's 4 or 5.
What are you talking about, 4 or 5?
You've had a few events like where you've had to suit up.
And not just
mid
a suit.
or post show.
Yeah, I look damn good too. Y'all could go ahead and say that if you want. I mean, damn good.
Absolutely.
James Bond.
Let's not get ridiculous. But in reality, I mean, you wear a tuxedo. You wear a tuxedo more than anybody I know, not named Bill Taylor.
No, he probably wears more than I do because that guy
said anybody more than Bill Taylor.
All right, got you. Because that dude will. He'll MC the opening of a soup can.
He would.
Yeah.
In a tuxedo.
Right.
Like, I don't like to go to events that I've got to wear a tie. For me, what I've got on, add a sport coat, and I'm dressed up.
Dude, I don't think you're ever dressed up.
I add a sport coat, I'm dressed up.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line.
I can't see the thing because I got a pole that's staring at me.
There is a pole.
Yeah.
That's Pledger with the pole alert. On our YouTube channel, apparently Ryan's paying attention. Should Joe start wearing a tux for the show? Like today or every day?
Well, I don't know if he means every day. And if he's talking about every day, that's not happening. I don't give a damn what the poll says.
Should you come back to the shirt and tie every day?
No, I refuse to do that.
Oh, you refuse?
Yes.
Didn't we burn all those ties at an event?
Yeah, well, we cut them.
About half of them, and I still have about 500 million of them in my closet. Yeah, do ties ever go out of style?
Sure.
I think they do, and then they come back.
Well, I don't know. You saw the couple of ties that I actually own and were like, what are these, from the 90s? And then you loaned me some ties. But yes, they were from the 90s. When I worked for the Iguanas, you had to wear a tie. It's the only job I've ever had that I had to wear a tie.
It's funny because ties, I've got some that were from that, the late 90s. Where they're fat in the end. And then they went real skinny, right? And then so the fat ones are kind of coming back again, I think. So but that's what happens with fashion of any kind, right? I mean,
are we talking about
style.
Ties or your tuxedo?
Well, everything.
Yeah.
This tuxedo it's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Adam from KSAT's going to the same event tonight.
Well, good.
He's got his tuxedo
ready.
Be
happy to see Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You missed him at the Jelly Roll concert.
I did. I didn't know he was going there.
Neither did I, but I ran into him at the bar. He said, I'll just wait by the men's room and Joe will walk by and I'll say hi.
Well, I figure any of the friends that we have in the media business, you just stand by the bar long enough, you'll see all of them.
Well, that's it. It's exactly how it goes. All right, go to YouTube, watch us on YouTube, and we've got a number. When it gets there, Joe's got to put on the tuxedo for the rest of this show. Plus, Stephen Jones in about 30 minutes or so. He's adjusting times. His assistants texted a couple times already about moving his time. We expect Stephen Jones at about 3:15. Let's go around the NFL a little bit. Some interesting, now, not NFL related, but Antonio Pierce is having a week, and not a good one. I mean, obviously, his best receiver is wanting a trade, and he was given today an 8-year show cause penalty from the NCAA for recruiting violations during the COVID dead period while he was an assistant at Arizona State. That's not a surprise. We all know that Herm Edwards and his staff, they had a lot of violations. But travel expenses, unofficial visits, all that I expect to see. But one of the things that he got in trouble for is taking a recruit's parents to a strip club. How is that illegal? It's not like he took a 16 or 17-year-old kid. He took the kid's parents to the strip club. Is that illegal?
Well, it's illegal because he didn't take the recruit.
Oh.
I mean, come on. The recruit
So I can
needs
take
to
the
go.
18-year-old in
Look,
there?
It's ridiculous. I'm still trying to figure out what a show cause penalty is. I mean, so I'm sure Antonio Pierce is quaking in his shoes today.
It just means that, kind of like the one Harbaugh got, it's a slap on the wrist that doesn't mean a damn thing. But if he tries to go back to college, he'll have to some sort of suspension. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
well, that's really nice. Again, way to go, NCAA. You have no teeth and no package either, for that matter. Jeez.
67-page infractions report on Arizona State. One of the reasons he did not fear potential consequences. Well, yeah, he was going to the NFL. He's already rich. What are you going to do, fire me?
Exactly. And that's why Harbaugh, I'm sure he's not worried about it. I mean, it's just so stupid. I mean, why even bother? Quite frankly.
So according to his show cause penalty, over the next 8 years, if he is hired in the next 8 years at a college, he'll be suspended from all athletically related activities for 100% of the first season of his employment.
Wow. Way to go, NCAA. That'll send a message.
No, nobody's going to hire him for 8 years.
Man.
Dude, he's going to get so much walk-away money when he gets fired from the Raiders, he's not going to be looking for a job for the next 8 years. Probably get some good TV gig.
How ridiculous is that?
It's stupid.
It's just dumb. And by the way, Devontae Adams not playing this weekend. He's got a hamstring issue.
Oh, really?
Apparently, yeah. I think that has to do with he'll most likely be traded probably at some point in time this week, and they want him to be not hurt when he gets traded.
I saw a GIF of the timeline of his hamstring injury, and it was Forrest Gump. Coming out of the crutches and running and running and running and running. It's amazing how that's going to work as soon as he lands on a new team, pun intended. It certainly feels like the Jets, and then what do they do with Garrett Wilson? And, it goes around. You look at the Cowboys, and we'll ask, but we know how Steven will answer this.
Always looking to improve our team, Jason.
24/7, but we're happy with our receivers, and we're really happy with our running backs, although I'm not in on the Cowboys making a trade for Devontae Adams. Go find me a running back. Apparently, Etienne in Jacksonville is going to become available.
Well,
I like that idea.
It looks that way. He could be on the block, especially if they lose again, go to 0-5. I mean, why not just blow that thing up and start over? So, there's some teams out there that are going to start having garage sales. I mean, they just are. But I think if you're the Raiders, this is the right move. $16 million is what Adams is making. The next 2 years of his contract are not guaranteed. He's going to want a big contract wherever he goes, wherever he ends up landing permanently. So that probably takes the Cowboys out of that mix completely.
Well, it would be very Jerry-like to go make a move like this. But it doesn't, it won't help this team. It may be Jerry is fine with that and does a deal knowing it's not going to help this year. But moving forward, maybe it does. But an Amari Cooper or a DeAndre Hopkins or somebody like that could help this year's team. Go get a running back. That could help this year's team. It is early enough in the season for the Dallas Cowboys to save their season with some strategic moves before the trade deadline.
But now here's the question to ask Steven. When you're talking about they've got a running back that's just rotting on the practice squad. Guy's name is Dalvin Cook. Now, I'm not sure how good Dalvin Cook is, but what makes you think if they go out and make a trade for, say, an Etienne from Jacksonville, that he's going to relegate the precious Zeke Elliott to the practice squad, or all of a sudden he's going to come up with some kind of injury? I don't see it happening.
Well, I think if you make a trade for any running back, but let's say you make a deal with Jacksonville. Maybe that says bye-bye to Deuce Vaughn. Maybe that says, okay, Rico, we've had enough. You're right. I mean, King Zeke is always going to remain there unless there's that mysterious hamstring injury. But the special teams factor, which we've talked about a couple of different times in managing the game day roster, you're not getting anything from Zeke and you're not getting anything from Dalvin Cook, and that is a legitimate challenge. I know, most fans don't give a damn, but Mike McCarthy has got to figure out who's getting use out of those. So, an ATN might, although you don't want your bell cow running back playing on special teams.
No.
But they've got to find something to have some sort of run production.
Well, it's going to be interesting to talk to Steven because I want to ask him what is the holdup with Dalvin Cook. I don't know if he'll give us a legit answer or not, but there's got to be something that is holding that up. If it's Zeke Elliott, well, I don't expect him to tell us that, but there's got to be a reason why you don't give this guy an opportunity.
He's either not in game shape or it's the special teams part.
Well,
having and again, do you have an extra tight end or an extra running back? To me, there's a lot of different ways I figure I could get some use out of that position just to see what he's got to offer.
Yes, exactly.
And what scares me is maybe they've seen what he has to offer and they realize, well, this isn't anywhere close to what we already have, which is bad.
Well, it could be, but they haven't seen him in game action. They've seen him in practice.
Okay.
You've got to see the guy in game action. I mean, you bring him up for a game, see what he does.
You talk to most coaches, man. You practice while you earn playing time. Maybe I don't know, but you look at his game tape from last year, and if he doesn't have a burst in practice, I realize there are some guys, but generally when you get to the NFL, you're not dealing with these kind of guys. High school kids, college kids, they shine under the bright lights. They're not good practice players, but they're good game players. By the time you get to the NFL, you've got to be both.
Well, Zeke looked great in training camp when we were there. He looked fantastic. Had a burst and everything. I haven't seen a burst yet in any of the games he's played in.
Just his bubble.
I have not seen anything. So he was great in practice and has sucked during the games. He's a hell of a blocker, though.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hell of a blocker.
I mean, so far their new left tackle isn't.
He's a turnstile, according to the greatest quarterback that ever played.
Mm-hmm. Stephen Jones joins us in 15, 20 minutes or so. Be flexible. It is the Blitz, live on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big fight than the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. And when you go to the Roo Pub, go hungry. The food, fantastic. They've got the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, including the original Wemby burger. I love their fried shrimp. They've got great appetizers. Salads, I'm told, are wonderful, according to James Pledger, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need that late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Go to the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. NFL and college football tonight. You think about there's 3 Texas teams playing football tonight. Sam Houston against UTEP. You got Texas State taking on Troy. You've got the NFL game. You got baseball playoffs. You need to go to a place that has a lot of cold drinks, a lot of great food, and a lot of TVs. That's the Roo Pub, just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys are in the Steel City taking on Pittsburgh.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This report is brought to you by Macy's. Don't miss Macy's VIP sale. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off the latest fall trends and save 15% off skincare, makeup, and more. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply. Now at Macy's.
This Sunday, come cheer on the Cowboys at Twin Peaks Westover Hills. We'll be giving away an epic Cowboys jersey just for catching the game at Twin Peaks on game day. Ask your Twin Peaks server for more. So come and hang out with us and the lovely ladies at Twin Peaks this Sunday, starting at 5. Grab the best seat in the house and a frosty 29-degree beer, and be sure to catch the Cowboys dominating the Steelers. Again, that's this Sunday, starting at 5 at the Twin Peaks Westover Hills location at 151 and Loop 410.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
If you love cowboy boots, you'll love this news. A new Tacova store is coming to 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Inside, you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, Western apparel, and accessories for men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Check out the Tacova's grand opening at 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Enjoy live music and free swag for the first 50 folks in the door daily. Tacovas, don't go gently.
Check it out, the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. New and existing customers can trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition for the new iPhone 16 Pro with Unlimited Ultimate. Trade-in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Change is exciting. Like moving into a new house or to a new city. Everything is new and different. Well, everything is also new and exciting with the all-new, reimagined Nissan Kicks. From the design and styling to the performance and tech features, Kicks has been totally reimagined from the inside out. This city-size crossover is ready to take on city life and have fun doing it. Head to NissanUSA.com to see it today.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs have a new television play-by-play guy. His name is Jacob Toby. He will join veteran commentator Sean Elliott in the broadcast booth, filling the role previously held by Bill Land. Caitlin Clark is your WNBA Rookie of the Year. That Devontae Adams trade, well, the rumors continued today. Yesterday it was reported that his wish list was the Jets or the Saints. Today, says he hadn't demanded anything. He could play for the Cowboys.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minnix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 as San Antonio Sports Star. He's the tuxedo-wearing Joe Reinagel.
Perhaps.
I'm Jason Minnix.
Perhaps.
You're gonna wear the tuxedo? At some point during the show, you're gonna put the tuxedo on. He's got a big schwanky event tonight.
Well, I have to, because as soon as the show's over, I gotta jet out of here.
Yeah.
And so I gotta be fully dressed and ready to go.
Yes.
I've been told that I need to get there ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. So at some point in time, yeah, I'm going to have to change into that thing. But, I mean, when I do it depends on the fine folks in our YouTube community here.
So there is a poll up on YouTube, which really doesn't match what we're trying to do today, but that's okay. If you want to, if you guys want Reinagel have to wear the tuxedo longer than he wants to wear, because he was thinking, I'll just go change at 5:30.
Yeah.
No. Go watch on YouTube. There's a number that Pledge gave us a goal to hit of YouTube views. And when we hit that, Joe's got to go put on the monkey suit.
That's right.
Clip-on?
It is a clip-on, yeah.
Cheater.
But, I mean, it's got the little strap, right, that clips on. You know what I mean?
Is there another way to do a clip-on?
Well, sure. I remember back in the day, my first Easter suit as a kid. You had a little clip-on tie that just had the little clip, and you just stuck it on your shirt there.
So now you've got a strap for your clip-on.
Yeah, now I've got a strap.
Better than a strap. Never mind.
Uh-huh.
Let's do the headline, Blitz.
Everybody needs a little help.
Whoa.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
I want to go with something you just mentioned in Sports Center.
Uh-huh.
The San Antonio Spurs have announced a new television play-by-play guy. Jacob Toby. Don't know him. Don't know anything about him. Don't know what he's done. He's apparently very young. Graduated in 2018. He's from a place called Sandwich, Massachusetts.
Sandwich.
That's what it says here.
Huh.
A native of Sandwich, Massachusetts. What, Pledge?
Matt Bonner.
Is he from Sandwich, Massachusetts?
No.
But he loves sandwiches. And he's from
I think Bonner's from Connecticut or somewhere, right? Or New Hampshire?
Yeah.
One of those
Vermont,
places. Vermont.
Maybe. New Hampshire. Concord, New Hampshire.
One of those small states up northeast.
But he is the sandwich hunter, but Matt Bonner doesn't even work for the Spurs anymore. He
No.
just took a deal working for the Toronto Raptors
He does.
television.
That's right.
So anyway, this kid is from Sandwich, Massachusetts. He's been working as a weekend sports anchor at 9 News in Denver. And he's done some play-by-play work for Fox Sports and the Pac-12 network. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Man, that guy has massive shoes to fill.
Oh, my gosh.
And
yes.
Just general reaction that I've seen on social media was my general reaction. I just thought, well, Dan Weiss, man, you got promoted.
Well, I think everybody thought that, and I wonder what happened there. And we'll never know. And if Dan's still going to be a part of the broadcast, I know he's involved with a lot of other things in Spurs sports and entertainment. So, but I always thought he was solid. I really did. I thought he did a great job filling in for Bill Land when Bill was sick. So I don't know what happened, and maybe this guy just came in and blew the Spurs' doors off.
Well, that's it. And, as it says here, and you're seeing a lot of NBA teams announcing their announcer teams, Sean Elliott's still a part of it.
Yes.
That's very clear. Doesn't say anybody else in this particular press release. So, good luck. Wish him well. We'll get to know him over time, we'll work to get him on the show sooner rather than later just to get to know him. But dude does have big shoes to fill, but that's part of it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And again, everybody needs to give him a chance. And obviously he's a talented guy if the Spurs hired him. So we'll give him a shot, see how he does. That's all we can do.
Absolutely. So you look around and you talk about broadcasters, and a lot of us obviously have been watching a lot of football. NFL viewership in September reached the highest marks since 2015. So far through 4 weeks, NFL viewership is up 4% over last season.
That's incredible, isn't it? The NFL just continues to get more and more and more popular. It's amazing how this sport is continuing to grow when you're talking about the NFL. And, folks are interested. Now, a lot of things contribute to that, I'm sure. I know fantasy football was a big, viewership deal. Now gambling that's legal in most states other than Texas. But, it's a lot of those things contribute, but a lot of it is just, we were talking before the show when we're looking at the lines that we got from Circa, that how unpredictable week after week the NFL is.
It's greatest reality TV there is. And I think some of it is, the overall viewership is up. We've had, obviously some really good games, but, the Thursday night, the 2 Monday night games is that apparently has done well for the NFL and for all of us football nerds, which is, I assume, most people or everybody listening right now.
Yes. Or you should be if you're not.
Starting today through Thanksgiving Eve, we will have some kind of football on television every day. Every day, either college football or professional football. We're getting into that where you're going to have those Tuesday night and Wednesday night games with schools. You're not sure where they are, but you're going to be able to watch football every night of the week, now, tonight, through that Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
That's incredible and a lot of fun. And I'm excited. I'm here for it. I think it's great. Even some of those teams that you've never heard of, you watch them, it's football. Now, the wives might not be too happy about that.
Sorry, honey, I got to work.
It's work. Yes, it's work.
See, and you look at, like, tonight's games. What really, like, Sam Houston and UTEP tonight. And then you've got Texas State taking on Troy tonight. And Troy is awful. Texas State's got a rebound from their tough loss to my Sam Houston State Bearcats.
That was tough.
Yeah, UTEP now going to the Mountain West. They haven't been very good this year. I haven't seen them play at all, but I've seen some of their scores, and it's kind of scary. But you do have a really good NFL game tonight with Tampa Bay and Atlanta. So we'll see.
No, I think that should be a good game. I think it's probably going to be better than you might think. I mean, one of these two teams, along with the Saints, I think this division has turned into, a decent division. Now, I'm not saying they're going to anybody's, penciled into the Super Bowl, but I think the competition to win that division is going to be a lot better than it has been in the past.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys will join us coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. You get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. The best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. Up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Now, you don't got a contract. You got nothing to lose. Is a 70-yard field goal in the offing soon? Will we see that this year?
Depends on the win this week.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
It's the Ancira Nissan end of summer sales event at Ancira Nissan on I-10 West. Lease this 2024 Rogue SV for just $246 per month for 36 months. Or buy this 24 Leaf SV and take $10,000 off MSRP. Come on by or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. The end of summer sales event at Ancira Nissan on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Hebner.
Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Book your tee time now to experience the all-new Olympia Hills. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that has been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Rediscover one of the premier golf courses in the greater San Antonio area, complete with a top-tier golf practice facility, a full-length driving range, and a 10,000 square foot short game area. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com. That's OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh, son, you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico.
Try a Kinetico for 90 days absolutely free with no contract. Call Kinetico of San Antonio at 210-656-PURE.
ConnecticutSA.com.
This is Rob Thompson from my good friends over at Tri-County Meat Market. You've heard me talk about great deals over and over, and there is no better deal in all of San Antonio than the 5 for 30. 5 items in a bag. You walk out of Tri-County with 2, maybe 3 meals in your bag. No better deal to be found either on Ralph Fair or out on Hebner. Tri-County Meat has everything to up your grilling game, and 5 for 30, go pick that up and come by and thank me later. Tri-County Meat Market.
With fall savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,600 off select appliances from top brands like GE Profile. Save space and time with the new combo washer and dryer and do-it-all-in-one machine. And with Smart Dispense technology, the right amount of detergent is automatically added to every wash. Laundry day is a whole lot smarter with the GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo with Smart Dispense only at the Home Depot. Right now, save up to $1,600 and financing on select appliances with fall savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Pricing about September 26th through October 16th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix, your South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. And let's talk some Cowboys football with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Stephen, appreciate you taking the time. As always, a lot of injuries to deal with, and the ones we've all known about. The injury report just got released. Both Zeke and Ryan on the injury report today for dehydration. Do we need to get some water up there at the Star?
Well, it's a good hot day here in Dallas. I can tell you that. I'm sure it's warm there too. But no, there's a little lot of heat out there. But Mike worked them good today and got a lot of good work out of them, and no, they'll be all right.
Obviously, Stephen, we know about Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, but Kalen Carson limited today. What do you expect from him? Diggs also limited today as well.
Yeah, I just think, work in progress on Carson coming back. He obviously missed last week, but he's making good progress, and we'll just kind of have to see. Saturday will be another big day, and probably make that call after practice on Saturday, and then Diggs, hopefully he'll be fine. We don't expect it to be too much there, but he tweaked his ankle.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. So much talk, Stephen, about when will we see Dalvin Cook on the active roster, and I know the run game hasn't been where you've expected it or wanted it to be, but what all goes into the decision on when Dalvin Cook will make the active roster?
Yeah, that's just obviously the coaching staff. It's their feel. Mike, of course, and the head coach and the guy running the offense has the best feel for it. But he's, just getting a feel for these guys week to week in terms of who's best to be up in a given week. And we just got to keep getting better as a football team. And we got good solid backs. It's just getting more consistency as we move forward. We obviously had 2 games there, game 2 and 3, where we were playing from behind most of the game, so it's real hard to evaluate your running game when you're playing from behind for the majority of the game. But thought we ran it better against the Giants, and we'll keep getting better.
Stephen, when you look at this game coming up in Pittsburgh, obviously we talk about the 2 defensive stars that are out. Some young guys are going to have to fill the void there for those 2 guys against a good Pittsburgh team on their home field. What is the confidence level heading into that football game as far as you're concerned with those young fellas?
Well, I just think it's a great opportunity for them, especially obviously between T. Weed and Lawson. They're going to have to step up, and then Nealon as well, he'll probably play quite a few more plays, and sure he's hungry for more plays. So, feel good that these guys will answer the bell and step up. Of course, they're replacing 2 Pro Bowl, All-Pro type guys, and Micah and D-Law, but that comes with the NFL. Everybody's got their challenges when it comes to injuries in this league. That's part of it, and just got to go suit up. I mean, the Steelers are going to be difficult. Serve on the competition committee with Coach Tomlin there. I think he's maybe the longest tenured coach in the league for a reason. He's always got his teams prepared. They're always really good football teams, and we'll have our work cut out for us.
And as we talk about all the injuries, some that we see them happen as fans and you go, oh, and then others like Brandin Cooks that you just read about. What were you doing when you found out the news of Brandin Cooks, and then how do you replace what his production is?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously we carry 6 receivers on our roster, and Fournet's been the one who's been inactive, but he's a guy also that we've been really, anticipating getting him up. He's done a lot of good things in training camp, did a lot of good things in the preseason, doing a lot of good things in practice, and it'd be great to see him get his opportunity. And then, of course, guy, who's similar to Cooks is Turpin, in terms of being a really juicy, fast, but smaller guy, very similar types there. So, obviously, Cooks has had his production in his career that is undeniable, but, I have a lot of confidence our group will step up.
Stephen, I've got to ask you, because there's a lot of rumors flying around about Davante Adams. The Cowboys have been mentioned as a possible landing spot for him. Is there anything to that?
No, I don't think there's anything to that. And, Davante's, we just signed our number 1 guy, and he's the number 1 receiver. And, as you know, when you have, the challenges cap-wise that we have, that'd be a long putt for us.
A long putt. That's a great way to put it. But I do know, talking to you all these years, talent acquisition is 24/7, 365.
Absolutely, and of course, sure, all these there's a lot of great players out there, and we're always keeping our eye on them. But we've got to we're focused on the guys we have at the moment, and if we see the right situation that arises, then we'd look at it.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys here on the Blitz. Stephen, before we let you go, your sister is going to be in San Antonio tonight at a great event honoring Medal of Honor recipients and the Jones family receiving an award. And I think about everything that your family does building that museum. It's incredible. So, I know she's coming in for the award, but it's incredible what you guys do for the Medal of Honor recipients.
Well, she's really taken that on her shoulders, her and my mother, and really done a lot of heavy lifting to really honor our country's, great acts of heroics and what they do to protect us so we can have the lives that we live here and have a great way of life. And certainly this is just a small way to honor, but certainly that was important. Near and dear to our hearts in terms of honoring these heroes that have done amazing things for our country.
Absolutely. Stephen, always appreciate you jumping on with us down here in San Antonio. We'll talk to you next Thursday after you guys go and beat Pittsburgh.
Sounds great, guys. Take care.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. A long putt.
Well, and that answers that question pretty clearly, I think. No Davante Adams with the Dallas Cowboys.
Which I'm totally fine with.
No, me too.
I like all of the talk. And look, does it feel like something that Jerry would do? Sure. But is it realistic? Does a guy like Steven be like, no? It does make a splash. You have to stretch to find where you think Davante Adams this year would make sense. Obviously, the defense isn't as good as we expected it to be, and with no Micah Parsons and no DeMarcus Lawrence for a couple of games at the very least. All right, we need more out of the offense to score more, and they haven't been scoring with what they have, so adding a Davante Adams would certainly help there, but you still have to keep your quarterback upright, and you still have to have some sense of a running game for defenses to respect that aspect of it.
Well, no doubt. And, I mean, you put a Davante Adams across the field from a C.D. Lamb, defenses certainly are going to have a problem with that. But as he told us, we've already paid our guy. We can't afford to bring in another number one wide receiver. Now, that doesn't preclude a guy like somebody else coming in here that's a clear number two because, quite frankly, you ask him the question about Brandin Cooks, the guy really hasn't done much this year.
No, and he was off to a slow start last year, too. And now he's got that infection. I don't know. Bat67 tweets in at Joe Reinagel 210 at Jason Minnix. The only thing Stephen Jones forgot to say when you asked him about Davante was we're all in. I think I read that tweet and I feel the frustration from fans from Jerry's comments because here's a receiver that wants out. Go get him and make this team better. And I do get the sense, and you guys can dial up and tell me if I'm right or wrong on what I'm sensing from you. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Do something. All in, do something, damn it. Jerry, just do something. Even if it doesn't make sense, like a Davante Adams trade. Doesn't make sense, but do something that makes it feel like you're all in about winning this year.
I keep hearing the Hassan Reddick rumors as well. Like the Cowboys need to go out and make a trade or get this guy and bring him down. That's another guy, though, that's going to come. He wants more money. That's what he wants. That's why he's holding out with the Jets. And I just don't see the Cowboys, with what they've got in front of them, having to sign Micah Parsons next year, that a Hassan Reddick is just not going to get it done. So while the Cowboys, I'm sure, would like to improve this football team, right now their hands are kind of tied when it comes to guys like Davante Adams or Hassan Reddick. It just doesn't make financial sense.
See, now I could see doing something with Reddick and signing him to a long-term deal because we also know DeMarcus Lawrence is nearing the end. And so if you are thinking, all right, D-Law, you're on your way out, let's replace him here. And let's not get confused because I see some comments right now like Bobby Signs can't afford Davante just like you couldn't afford Derrick Henry. Jerry and Steven aren't lying when they say they couldn't afford Derrick Henry. At the time, the cap money wasn't there. Now, had they done the CeeDee Lamb deal earlier, had they done the Dak Prescott deal earlier, they could have easily signed Derrick Henry. And quite frankly, I think they could have found the money for Derrick Henry to begin with. But they have. I mean, after after doing the deals for Dak and CeeDee, where are the Cowboys now pledged? $27 million, right? 24, 23, whatever. I mean, they've got money right now under the cap to go do stuff. But what can they do? But we also understand how the Dallas Cowboys work. The Cowboys covet their draft picks. They don't want to trade them. Devontae is going to cost you at least a 2, maybe another player, and then you're going to have to sign him to a deal. Reddick, what is it going to cost to get him? So I look at the Cowboys. You know, they're not getting ready for Amazon Prime days, man. They're on the Temu app. And you know what you can get on Temu right now? You can get Amari Cooper. You might be able to get a DeAndre Hopkins. You know, the ATN, where if you give up a pick, maybe it's a 4th or 5th rounder. You know, how many 4th round picks do they have next year with the compensatory picks? Can they get rid of one of those where they still have a 4th round pick or a 5th round pick and get that player but still have the picks that they so desperately hang on to? Because we know they love to draft and develop and count on these young guys that, well, aren't getting it done so far this year.
Which is exactly what they're going to do right now. They're not going to get anybody until they see the performance of Marshawn Nealon and Goulston and the guys that are going to fill in for Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence this week. How did they do? Is there a possibility that they can fill in? And if there's any possibility, Cowboys are going to stand pat. They're not going to go out and get anybody. Or if they do, it's going to be what was the guy they just got from Cincinnati? That guy who's not going to play this week. KJ Henry or something, right? So they're just not going to do it. By the way, Hassan Reddick and DeMarcus Lawrence are the same age.
Are they really?
They're the same age.
Oh,
so,
wow.
you know, I mean,
maybe not.
So you're talking about I just don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. And why would you want a guy that's holding out right now where a team that he's not playing for, that traded for him, and he wants more money? Well, I don't want that guy anyway. I'll be honest with you. I think that would just be more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, and it very well might be. In a lot of ways, it very well might be more trouble than it's worth. But and maybe they have explored the opportunity. The answer from Steven was so direct.
Which surprised me, by the way.
And the reason for it. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to say that was about as honest as indirect as you could get. I mean, you could tell he was driving. I mean, you know, he wasn't in the helicopter coming to practice. But it is one of those very interesting scenarios. A long putt to get there. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Trey, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. Thank you guys for taking my call, but this is just so frustrating. Like, I don't understand how someone like Devontae Adams isn't a priority for the Cowboys. They already screwed us over with the running game. We're going to have to throw the ball 40 to 50 times a game to try and have a chance to win anyway. And now you could just double CD if you want to. I think Purpett may take the top off some of those defenses, but to sit out there and truly say we're not going after Devontae Adams, or at least make them think that you are, make us think that you are, that's like a slap in the face to fans when you say you're all in on a season. This is the furthest from all in you could be, and I've been taking it like for 40 years almost. It seems like being a Cowboys fan, and this is getting old. So I know they probably don't listen to the show, but as a diehard Cowboy fan, like, this sucks. It truly sucks.
Well, you'd be surprised, first of all.
Yeah, Trey, they listen.
They listen to the show. There's no question about it. They listen to all of them. Look, Devontae Adams, you got to wonder. And I agree with you. I think that'd be awesome to have CeeDee Lamb and Devontae Adams. I just don't know that you can – if you're talking about a one-year deal, a rental, and just bring him in with what he's making now, he's going to go away somewhere because the Cowboys aren't going to pay him long-term. He's going to be looking for one of those big $35 million a year contracts, and they're not going to pay two receivers that. If you bring him in here for the rest of the season, perhaps, but it's not a long-term deal either way.
Trey?
I'll take the 1 year.
So, hang on, Trey. Let me ask you something, and be honest. And I know you're frustrated. I'm just playing devil's advocate, but how mad would you be if they gave up a second-round pick and traded somebody, who knows, Trey Lance, and then didn't sign Devontae to a long-term deal, and he was that rental you were talking about, and the Cowboys are out in the first round of the playoffs? You'd be mad that they burned that second-round pick. So you come at it from what makes sense. I get, do something, and I get that sense. Fans, me, I'm that way too. Do something. I wanted it all off season as a Cowboy fan. But right now I want to do something that can help this year that can also help down the road. And what's going to help this year, instead of trading for Davante Adams, can you go find us a running back? Can you go find us somebody that can help rush the passer or at the very least stop the run? Go make a trade that's going to help this year's team that can also help next year without compromising the future with a second-round pick that you're going to wish you had when the draft rolls around in April. And part of that is I'm putting my shoes in Steven and Jerry. I know how they operate, so they don't like to give up those picks. When they traded for Amari Cooper, that became their first-round pick the next year. Now, if they can get a player that you could say, this is our second-round pick next year, and you're all like, all right, cool, I'm down with that, do it. But I don't want them just to make a move to make Trey happy.
Right, but we've also got 14 more weeks of this, right? This is pathetic. Like what the Cowboys, like what we look like right now, you're paying $90 million between Dak and CD, and all CD is having the production he normally has anyway. We can't get him the ball to save our life.
Yeah.
Right? Like compared to what we've done in the past. And if Guyton can't block anybody, we're going to be in the same situation anyway. I'm talking about, I know it's a one-year rental. I get that. We're going to save the money to pay Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons you've got more pressures this year than Micah Parsons does. and that just doesn't make any sense to me. And so, like, I know it. I get it. It's a business. And they know they're very, very smart people. But at some point, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. We haven't won in years. And by doing nothing, that method isn't working.
That's right. I agree with that completely. It's been rough for a long, long time. Again, the Cowboys had a team on the field last year that was capable of making a Super Bowl run. This year, I don't think anybody in their right mind would think that this Cowboys team has any chance of making any kind of Super Bowl run, and you better hope that they make the playoffs at this point in time.
Yeah, no, you look at it, and it's yikes.
But this is by design. Jerry did this on purpose. For whatever Jerry's reason is, he left this team the way that it is on purpose. What his reasons are, who knows, but this is by design.
With a coach coaching for his job. That's the crazy thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of feels like others need to get something off their chest. We'll do it.
Yeah.
It's Thursday. Why not? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Tony, Dan, Frank, we see you there. We'll take your calls coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Games on Saturday with quarterback questions all around. We're talking Ewers, we're talking Arch, we're talking Wegman, we're talking Reed, we're talking college football.
Recapping Thursday night football in the NFL and looking forward to a loaded slate this Sunday, including the Cowboys limping into Pittsburgh. All that and more starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What is GMTVCC? That's a mouthful, but translation for GMTVCC.com is Give Me the VIN Classic and Collector Cars. It's a brand new buying division of Give Me the VIN, but it's for classic and collector cars. Experienced pro buyers will appraise an offer on your 1970 Hemi Cuda or 1988 Fox Body Mustang or your granddad's old 1985 square body Chevy truck. GMTVCC.com is where you go to get real money for classic and collector cars to get paid now. That's GMTVCC.com, brought to you by Give Me the VIN.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing kit. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs. With Hers, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans online, like compounded GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, all for as low as $199 a month with a 12-month plan paid up front. Get started at forhers.com/afford today. That's forhers.com/afford.
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Football season is here. Hi, Jason Minnix here from the Blitz. You want to have more fun watching football this year? Play the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You can join in and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. I know I made a lot of money last year playing at Underdog Fantasy on the Pick'em game. You too can as well. And it's easy to get signed up. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their mobile app. Use my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. The all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Join the Blitz live this Friday at Encira Nissan for a meet and greet with some of the UTSA football stars and your chance to get some new exclusive UTSA merch, all benefiting UTSA football athletics. Plus, you can get tickets to the San Antonio Zoo, Fiesta Texas, and Tobin Center. The Blitz this Friday at Encira Nissan on I-10 between Wurzbach and Heidner. With 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
Is that? Oh, okay. Thought it was some kind of Irish.
Yeah, I thought we were going polka there for a minute. And Pledge are in the worst fest mood.
Ah. He's got his lederhosen.
Probably.
I could see Pledge in lederhosen.
I've seen Pledge in lederhosen.
Really? Yeah?
When we worked in New Braunfels,
You got to be very careful how you do this.
You know, at the beginning of Worst Fest, you probably did this too when you were working there at KNBT. You know, there's the big festivity going on in the official biting of the sausage. The opening ceremonies.
Yes.
With a straight face.
Dude, I thought that was fine. It was the obituaries I had to read.
I didn't work in news.
Dude, I did when I first
All
started
them
there.
German names.
I did the noon newscast. It was about a 15-minute newscast on KNBT there, and or KGNB.
KGNB, yeah.
Yeah, and the end of the newscast was always the obituaries.
Mm-hmm.
And there were German names about 3 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't get them right, the phones would ring off the hook.
Oh, yes, they would.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, absolutely. And then the swap shop that they used to have.
Yeah.
You know, you call in, and it was like Facebook Marketplace, but on the radio.
Ron Friesenhan used to do that, right?
Ron used to do that, and then Jody Lisk used to do that for many years. One of the greatest calls ever was this guy trying to sell a truck. And he talked about how pretty this truck was. It ran great, but needed a new engine.
It ran great as long as you were pushing it.
Good stuff. You talk about names. I got my football game tomorrow night. Jefferson against Burbank out at Alamo Stadium. There is a kid that plays for Burbank who's Samoan.
Oh, boy. Is he a big star player? That you're going to call a lot?
Nah, he's a defensive guy.
All right.
Now, his name, as it's on the roster, doesn't fit on the roster. It's cut off. So I'm talking to Coach Moll over there. I'm like, how do you say this kid's name? And he was like, oh, we call him Puka. Like, all right, what about his last name? Well, I don't know. We call him Puka. I mean, can you give me close to? It's hyphenated like 9 different ways. He's like, I don't know, man.
I think you'll be calling him Puka.
I'll be calling him Puka. I was like, but his last name is hyphenated, because if I just go with a hyphenated Puka Ali, I think I could probably say that. The rest of it, I didn't know. I mean, it looks like, you know, like somebody just started hitting the keyboard and came up with a name.
Well, that'll be worth tuning in just to hear that. You going to give it a shot?
No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
You got to give it a shot.
Are you kidding?
One shot. Come on.
One shot. I might give it a shot in the game tomorrow. I'm honestly probably just go down on the field and ask them. But it's VAOPUKA.
Viapuka.
It's not it.
It's not it?
That's what I said. What do you think is this? Like, no.
That's not it.
Last name, UANITOLA-OLIE. Yeah.
I'd have to look at it, and even then.
I mean, Coach was asking everybody, anybody know? We just call him Puka.
Puka.
Puka Ali, I can do that. The rest of that, ain't gotta.
I think you shouldn't call him Puka.
I think you have to.
And just ask him if he's okay with that.
Just because if you've ever looked up Kaimi Fairbairn's real name.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
It's John Christian, and somehow they come up with Kaimi Fairbairn.
Look up Indy Kalu's real name.
Yeah.
You should see that dude's driver's license.
Yeah.
It's 4 lines.
I've seen Indy Kalu's full name.
Yeah. It's so I'm with you, but I do try to get them right. Every week I go over pronunciations with the coaches.
Well, and that's good.
And then when moms get mad, I don't blame the coaches, but I try. But when the coaches laugh, and he's asking all the other coaches, I don't know. So, well, can you ask him just to write it out
phonetically,
and then email it to me, and that's what I will do.
Puka. Dude, I would just go with that.
Puka doesn't care, but his mom and dad probably do, and
they might.
That's where you try to get it right.
Look, I don't know.
Look, I just want to try to get it right.
I don't know how they are, and however they are is great. It's their name, but I mean, my name's been butchered since I was a 2-year-old. So I mean, it's kind of like I don't Reinagel. It's been pronounced every which way
I'm
there
with
is.
you.
So I don't, it doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, I always correct people if they say it wrong. No, it's Reinagel, but it doesn't irritate me.
You correct them?
Sometimes, yeah.
Correct them?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's Reinagel. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Happens all the time.
See, when people mispronounce my name, it still sounds the same. It's the way it gets spelled a lot.
Got it. Yeah, I don't correct them when they call me Bill Taylor.
No, you just
so
give them bad weather advice. That's when you really go skimpy on the tip, and they all think that Billy T is cheap.
So, dude, and Maggie and I went to Olive Garden last night.
Really?
She loves Olive Garden, right? So we're just sitting at the bar and eating the salad. Salad's good, right? So at the bar, then the aisleway to leave or come in is across the room there, and there's some dude there. Hey, Bill. I'm like, hey. It's like, yeah, Bill and I could screw each other over big time if we wanted to.
The problem is Bill claims that nobody ever recognizes him and calls him Joe Reinagel.
No, that's not true.
That's
not true.
That's what Bill says.
No, he doesn't say that. He does say, we'll get him on right now.
Well, he says that to your face, so you feel better about always being mistaken for him.
And it really doesn't matter. I mean, he's on TV and I'm not.
Yeah.
So, I told Maggie, I said, I should have just said, I'm not.
Don't bother me while I'm eating.
Exactly.
Exactly. My barometer is rising. Stop.
And Maggie would have said, oh, dessert, check, please.
Check, please. Is that extra olive?
Woo!
Little oil. There's a Diddy joke.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Fun times.
Where were we?
Well, we were complaining about the lack of movement from the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. The lack of movement from the Dallas Cowboys.
And people were getting upset that they haven't done anything.
Okay.
Who was that guy? Was it Trey? It was on.
Yeah, Trey was heated.
Trey, but that's the frustration that, you hear in Cowboy fans a lot, honestly. And I know they were that way after the Green Bay loss in the playoffs, but, man, the fact that the Cowboys did nothing in the offseason, and now it's kind of bare bones as we sit here.
Well, and I think a lot of the frustration goes back to Jerry Jones setting an expectation with the all-in comment.
Yeah.
And even if you go back and you listen to it, and Jerry tried to clarify and Steven tried to clarify, he was all in on getting the contracts done for the guys on his team. And even that was BS because they didn't get those contracts done in time to help this year's football team.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they got CD done. Congratulations. Yes, they got Dak done. Congratulations. But you did deals that were predicted in March. And you did them in August or September. If you were serious about all in, and you're going to end up signing that deal for Dak and that deal for CD, and quite frankly, if you do CD's deal earlier, you probably get him a little bit cheaper, but you free up cap money to go get a Derrick Henry, to go get some help on the offensive line, to go get and not have to rely on all these young players that are unproven. And I don't have a problem with having you drafted them. They're pros. Go play. You can do that with one or two positions. You can't do that with 5, 6, 7 positions because not all of them are going to hit. You look at every team, not just the Dallas Cowboys. Every team is about 50% on the draft. You get guys that get drafted, don't even make the team. And so, but for all those guys to be counted on and for all of them to be successful is unrealistic expectations after Jerry set an expectation of all in for the offseason.
Well, Jerry just obviously misspoke, and his all-in is different than everybody else's all-in. But look, we said the same thing, right? Why not go all in? The Rams did it, the Bucs did it, and they won Super Bowls. And if you have a coach on the final year of his contract. You had your quarterback on the final year of his contract. Why not go all in? See what they could do. See if you could win a championship, and then you make decisions from there. There's so many theories that I got running through my head. I honestly believe he didn't want to pay Dak Prescott. I think he thought maybe there would be a glimmer of hope that Trey Lance would be able to do something, show something, and when Trey Lance didn't show anything, I don't think Jerry had a choice but to pay Dak Prescott. But I'll sit here and I'll go to my grave saying I don't think Jerry wanted to sign Dak Prescott to the contract that he eventually signed him to.
And take it to the grave. But ultimately, he caved.
He did. He didn't have a choice.
Well, he did. He did, but his choice was worse than signing Dak to that deal. Because at least with Dak, you have an opportunity to get disappointed in the playoffs. Without Dak, you don't even get to the playoffs. And I think you look around at what some of these quarterbacks are doing and say, all right, and then, or at least I could say that in July and August. Now I look around and I see Baker Mayfield having a lot of success. I see some of these other, Sam Darnold having a lot of success. And is it the player? Is it the coach and the system that they're in? Because right now, Minnesota, you got Darnold playing at an MVP level. Their coach should probably be coach of the year. I mean, that looks like a team that could make a run. And that's a team that was expected to roll the dice with a rookie quarterback who got hurt. I mean, Sam Darnold shouldn't be doing any of this. At the same time, you look at other middle-of-the-road type quarterbacks like Garner Minshew. And do you want to go there? So at least with Dak.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith is playing extremely well. Hell, Geno Smith right now is probably in the MVP conversation. I mean, he lost the other night, but threw for 500 yards.
He threw for a bunch.
Although, I don't know, as a Cowboy fan, I'm tired of seeing incredible stats and no success.
Well, that's a good point. But they're having success in Seattle. They've got, their defense is good. That's a team that's going to be reckoned with out there. Look, we got a long way to go, obviously. But when I hear a caller like Trey, who called into the Blitz a few minutes ago, and the frustration in his voice, you hear that because fans are hungry for a Cowboys team that they believe can make a Super Bowl run. And I'm convinced that I don't think they even have to get to the Super Bowl, just have some playoff success and show that the team is building. And I'll be quite honest with you, and I know we disagree on this, but I don't see any hope for the future. What do you do? Now, there's a comment on our YouTube page, trade Micah Parsons. It's not a horrible idea. And get some players in here or draft picks or whatever you're going to be. It's not the worst of ideas.
It's not. And if you are going to trade a player like Micah Parsons, you'll get a lot in return. But, man, I think you would regret it before the ink is dry on that trade because players like that don't come around. And I know this year's been a disappointment, but you look at Pittsburgh, the amount of times that T.J. Watt has been hurt. And you know what happens? They still have pretty good defense even though their best player has been out. You can mask and help from a defensive side. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance. Receivers, they're growing on trees right now because of all the offenses that you're seeing in college football. So you've got great receivers coming out every year. One of the reasons, and you go back, I was surprised that CeeDee got his deal because maybe Jerry would be the one that would try to reset the receiver mark and say, you know what, I can go draft one. Now, granted, I think all these receivers are going to all start trying to get paid earlier and earlier because they understand their value. And they know, and their agents know, owners don't want to pay that, and receivers are getting too expensive, and they don't want to go the pay scale of running backs. But we're also seeing now running backs, boy, man, they really are important. Do we see running back salaries kind of go up a little bit in the next couple of years and receiver salaries kind of come down?
Yeah, well, running back has proven to be extremely important.
You need one, Jerry.
You need one with everybody. It's a good running game is a quarterback's best friend. It just is. It slows down the rush. It does all kinds of things. And to think that you can just go in and be a passing football team is ludicrous. And I think the Cowboys think that that's what they were designed to do. Good defense, get the lead, and you hang on to it, and it's just not working out this year. You need a running game. Cowboys don't have one.
If you want to get it off your chest, 210-656-ESPN, 3776. The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Tomorrow, the Blitz is going to be live out at Ancira Nissan, I-10 between Wurzbach and Huebner. Some UTSA players, including JT Clark, they're going to be out there. Some exclusive UTSA merch with all the proceeds benefiting UTSA football athletes. The 2-0 Inspired Collective. It's an NIL deal. The Heisman Trophy is going to be out there. And Reinagel in his tuxedo.
No tuxedo, but I'll be there.
Just the tie?
No.
Can you wear a tuxedo top and shorts?
Well, maybe I could wear the tie. I'd look like a Chippendales dancer. Maybe I'd do that and put on a banana hammock and give everybody a show.
We're trying to raise money, sir.
I'd look like Chris Farley.
We're not trying to raise Reinagel. We're trying to raise money. There's a certain age group that just got that joke.
Yes. Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's what happens. Those guys wear bow ties, don't they?
You in the banana hammock, and all of a sudden, I kind of feel like the hats that Western Kentucky is going to be wearing next week.
What the hell is that?
That's the helmets that Western Kentucky is going to wear next week. They're the Hilltoppers. They've got a mascot that, I don't know, looks like a Muppet character. Their helmets next week are going to be red with Muppet-looking eyeballs. That's it.
Wow.
The Hilltopper. Google image it. It's hilarious. I don't know how to describe it on radio other than I'm glad I don't have to wear those things.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys are in the Steel City taking on Pittsburgh.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at tsaog.com.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2, at T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
The 24-monthly bill credits eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
This Sunday, come cheer on the Cowboys at Twin Peaks Westover Hills. We'll be giving away an epic Cowboys jersey just for catching the game at Twin Peaks on game day. Ask your Twin Peaks server for more. So come and hang out with us and the lovely ladies at Twin Peaks this Sunday, starting at 5. Grab the best seat in the house and a frosty 29-degree beer, and be sure to catch the Cowboys dominating the Steelers. Again, that's this Sunday, starting at 5 at the Twin Peaks Westover Hills location at 151 and Loop 410.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together.
jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Hey, sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I'm releasing your Thursday night report absolutely free on recorded message line. 1-800-244-5506. Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Tonight is going to be a monster game, and I've got the side and total. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, confirmed analysis and special props. That's 5 big plays. John Anthony has you covered. I love to sweep the board. Call now to hear them free on a recorded message. 1-800-244-5506. Information wins. John Anthony Sports, #1 against the spread. 1-800-244-5506. You want the information? I've got it. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, plus special prop action. I'd love to go 5-0 over the season free. 1-800-244-5506. Call now, 1-800-244-5506, or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Devontae Adams trade rumors continue today. Yesterday it was reported that Adams' wish list was the Jets or the Saints. Today he says he's not demanded a location. He's open to playing elsewhere. Stephen Jones was on with us here on the Blitz a few minutes ago, and he says the Dallas Cowboys, oh, they're not interested. By the way, Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey has been named the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week for last week. Guy just keeps getting better. Love
he
that
missed.
guy.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minnix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a number that Pledge gave us. As soon as we hit that number, Reinegel's going to go put on his tuxedo for the night.
It will be, it will be worth your while to see that. How could I describe that? Just that James Bond look, that suave, schwanky.
Well,
all of those words.
See, suave, schwanky. And look, apparently Adam from KSAT 12.
Uh-huh.
He's going to the same event you are. He just sent a text telling me you've got to step up your game because he actually is going to tie his. He's not going with a clip-on.
Well, that's great.
Why he's getting dressed in his kitchen is beyond me. But but he's sending a picture of the tie from his kitchen.
Well, here's the problem. If I tried to tie that damn thing, I'd be here all night. I would never make the event. So unless he wants to tie it for me.
Well, Pledge could help you tie
I'm going with the clip-on.
Now, you've got the clip-on. Pledge, do you have a tuxedo tie just in your back pocket?
No, not in my back pocket.
In your back seat? There's one in your car?
No, I don't have it in my car.
Because honestly, I think you tying your tie would make great YouTube video.
I do too.
Now, that's difficult to do, though, right? A bow tie.
No, it's easy.
Oh, you can do it, huh?
No, I didn't say
you
that.
Can't.
Dude, I'm a sailor. I know how to tie knots.
Yeah, okay. I can tie a regular tie with no problem. I got that down.
I can't do that.
Same principle. You do it enough, it's easy.
Well, I suppose, because I can tie a regular tie in my sleep.
You mentioned that you are going to have a Chippendale look. Ben on YouTube says fish and chips dancer, maybe.
Fish and chips dancer. You know, Ben, it never makes any sense, so I'll let that go. I don't know what he means by that.
There's lots of jokes there. You're not a Chippendale, more of a fish and chips.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yes.
And again, Ben rarely makes sense. So.
Beer battered. Shrimp.
I don't know. It might be a big crowd at it. Ancira Nissan tomorrow.
There's too many dead fish jokes there that we could make.
Just saying.
You don't want them flopping on the deck.
I have to bring a pair of socks to fill out that banana hammock.
Ankle socks?
No, big
tube
socks. Knee socks.
Weren't you scared of the tuggy?
Pop it right in there. I wasn't scared of it. No. I'm just saying.
I was going to say it's too hot outside to break that thing out.
Yeah,
but,
that one's
give them a couple months.
That's to avoid frozen penis.
You're not getting that this week.
No, not at all.
Although, I don't know if I can talk about it yet.
No?
No, but this year at JW Marriott, they do that, like at the Gaylord up in Dallas, the ice deal.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, you guys can do our show from here. I'm like, it's 9 degrees in there now.
No,
our equipment wouldn't work.
It sure wouldn't.
9 degrees?
None of it.
No equipment would work in there. And our broadcast stuff isn't going to work either.
Yeah, exactly.
No. But we can go in the sports bar and tell people all about it. We'll take the tour if you've got a coat. Joe has extra protections.
I do, yes.
Yes.
Got a Snuggie.
Is that what it's called?
That's exactly what it's called, yes. Snuggie.
Well, see, but aren't those blankets with sleeves, aren't those also called Snuggies?
I can't help what things are named. I'm just saying I got this as a gift early on in my my time here at San Antonio Sports Star, and I appreciate that very much, Lisa, that you were able to do that.
Wear it way too often.
Well, how do you know?
Because you tell me every time.
Dude, I don't show you anything.
I didn't say show. I said tell.
Isn't it called a tuggy?
Tuggy, that's what it is.
I don't know what the hell it's called.
Pledge knows.
He does.
Yes.
Had to order one.
I don't even want to know why. Holy cow. Pledge had to order one. Mine was a gift.
Talk about FOMO.
By the way, yes.
FOMO, yes.
FOMO's a real thing.
So what do those things cost, Pledge?
Oh, they're like, I think it was $23.99.
Plus tax.
Yeah, sales tax, shipping, the whole night.
Woo. All right. Things.
It's really called a tuggy?
Things in the wintertime at Pledge's house get pretty warm, apparently.
For a guy that basically has a roommate and a cat. And it's not even his cat, it's the roomie's cat.
Uh-huh.
That's a little scary.
I'm telling you. You think it's scary for him? How about the cat? Jeez.
I think having on a tuggy is the last thing you want to be wearing when there's a cat around.
Well, that cat probably purrs.
What the hell is that?
It's a purr.
Tuxedo Joe.
Oh, my.
See, now, Lloyd
Yeah.
Lloyd might have been in the U.S. Navy at some point.
You think?
Look, there's an old story out there, or an old saying. Only a sailor will believe another sailor's stories.
Okay.
Because there are things that happen in other parts of this world that most people don't believe actually happen. But if you've served in the Navy, you have some stories that only another sailor is going to believe.
Okay, I believe that.
And Lloyd's response to a tuggy tells me that he's probably been to Barbados. Maybe even the Philippines, depending on if he was an East Coast or West Coast sailor. Maybe even Turkey. Because there are some things that go on in Turkey that you would not believe.
So they tug you under the table. Is that how that is? Because that's the comment is a tuggy is what you get under the table. Now, do you have to pay for that?
Not always.
Not always.
Sometimes you can just trade a Zippo lighter.
Yeah. Me love you long time.
You're an idiot. Oh, man. Apparently, Lloyd's dad was a command master chief.
All right. There you go.
So high-ranking enlisted sailor.
Is that a high-ranking enlisted sailor?
Command master chief?
Yes.
Doesn't get higher.
Okay. All right. Very nice.
His dad was a badass.
His mom is Filipino.
There you go. Zippos for everybody. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Old Sam from Jack FM walked in a little while ago and said, what time do the Astros play today? That SOB, let's talk about it here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, have you called Connecticut yet? And if not, why not? Look, I've been telling you about Connecticut quality water softeners for a little while now. Have one in my house. I've had it there for a while. And honestly, I was a little skeptical. I'll be honest with you. But this thing is a game changer. It is unbelievable. And you know as well as I do in San Antonio and South Texas, you need a water softener. The water is so hard here. It just can do all kinds of damage to all your appliances, not to mention the fact that your dishes don't get as clean, you don't get as clean, all of that kind of stuff. And Connecticut is the absolute best. It is made right here in the good old US of A. It's 80% more efficient than competing models, and what I love about it is you don't plug it in. It does not run on electricity. Obviously, that means no increase in your electric bill, but it does provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, Connecticut also has something they call the K5 drinking station. It's amazing because it is fresh water directly from your sink right there. It tastes great. It makes the coffee taste great. The tea tastes great. Anything you make with water, it just tastes better. It's purified water right from your kitchen sink. Look, Connecticut is the absolute best. If you're going to get a water softener, why not go with the best? That is Connecticut. And right now, they're going to let you try one in your home for 90 days. Absolutely free with no contract. Doesn't get any better than that. And if you don't like it after that 90 days, which I can't imagine that happening, but they'll come pick it up and they won't charge you a dime. Get the process started now. All you have to do is give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Now, you don't got a contract. You got nothing to lose. Is a 70-yard field goal in the offing soon? Will we see that this year? Depends on the win this week.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Buying or selling a home is a big deal. Literally. It's one of the largest financial transactions you're likely to make. So work with someone who will work with your best interest in mind. Someone who agrees to operate with transparency, honesty, and fairness every step of the way. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and are bound by a strict code of ethics that requires they put your interests above their own. Because that's who we are. Make sure your agent is a Realtor.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. A Thursday afternoon. Make sure you're watching on YouTube, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Old Reinagel is playing strip poker in reverse.
That's exactly what I feel like. So I'm trying to piece this thing together, and by the end of the show, I won't cheat y'all. All right, you'll get a good look.
Well, you can't stand up right now. We're just going to leave it at that.
That tuggy showing.
I was just going to leave it alone.
You're just going to leave it alone, huh? Well, I hope so.
You stay over there.
I'm over here.
Just don't stand up.
Yes.
I'm just glad that's a long shirt.
It is. It's a very long shirt.
Although
it has to be.
I wasn't expecting tidy whities on the bingo card today. I was also expecting to watch the Astros play today, and that's not going to happen. Now, byproduct, the Texas State-Troy game was originally scheduled tonight for ESPNU, but that game will now be on ESPN2 because there's not enough baseball games. So If you're looking for Texas State tonight, it will be on ESPN2. The Astros, dunzo. And quite honestly, it was a weird year. As an Astro fan, it was a weird year, and there is a sense of accomplishment, if you will, whatever you want to call it. The fact that they made the playoffs. You look early in the year, kind of felt like the run was over. 7 straight trips to the ALCS. I know they're a hated team, but respect, especially when you look at after they got caught, they still maintained a great level of play.
They did.
Now you wonder, is this run officially over? The fact that Bregman is a free agent, it will only be Jose Altuve left if Bregman signs somewhere else. They let Chris go, or Carlos go. So many others. You just have Jose Altuve, who he's trying to be positive, does not think that it's the last time he has played with Breggy.
I don't want to get to the idea of thinking about last game with Breggy. Like I said 2 weeks ago, I'm pretty confident that he's going to be our third baseman next year. We have to. We're not going to be the same organization without him. So in my mind, there's not a chance that this is the last game.
Not a chance this is the last game. I have a feeling it may be, depending on what the Astros want to do. But, I mean, at some point in time, you got to let these guys go and start over.
With baseball and where Bregman is at in his career, this isn't the time to let him go. As Jose Altuve said, time for Jim Crane to open up the checkbook.
It means a lot. He gave a lot to this organization, so now it's time for us to, as a team, as an organization, to pay him back and make him stay here.
Is that something that you will tell Jim Crane?
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder if Altuve wants to chip in. It's easy to tell somebody else how to spend their money.
Sure. But when you look at it, he's still playing he's an incredible player and is going to make a lot of money. A lot of money. Astros need help with pitching and their bullpen. It's time to say goodbye to Justin Verlander. Probably overdue, but
dude, the guy's 85 years old. I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, but go spend some money on your bullpen. But honestly, I think they've got to figure out some of their hitting too. Their timely hitting. I mean, they had runners. I mean, that's what's crazy about playoff baseball versus regular season baseball. In playoff baseball, it's not about the home run. It's about manufacturing runs. And the Astros yesterday, on more than one occasion, had opportunities to manufacture some runs, and they left dudes on base. Same in Game 1.
Yeah, both games, they were the same way.
The Astros are a team that loves to hit home runs, and that's great in the regular season. That doesn't always work in the postseason. It's kind of crazy listening to Hembo, the stat geek on Greeny's show, when Greeny's never, because he's never on there, it's more Hembo than anything. The low number of home runs that have been hit so far in the postseason. And then you also look at, Atlanta's already out, Baltimore is already out. It's kind of crazy. Some of the teams that were expected to make decent runs done pretty damn quick.
Well, look, I tell you, a guy like Bregman is going to get some offers. Right? I mean, there are other teams that are going to offer him a lot of money, and the Astros have to figure out whether they're willing to do that or not. Look, I was upset, sort of, when Albert Pujols got that huge offer from the Angels. And it's like, but at the same time, you're like, it's just you can't pay that and continue on. And I think Bregman or Breggy, as he's called, it's to the point where you got to make a decision. If somebody offers him more than you're willing to pay, you let him go and you start over. And that's just the way professional sports is. You can't keep everybody every single year and keep the band together.
It's tough. You just wonder what Houston will do, knowing their recent history and the incredible run that they were on. And I see, Fred on our YouTube talking about on the Greeny show today that they were all celebrating that the Astros lost, and that's probably true. There are a lot of fan bases out there that still hate the Houston Astros because they got caught cheating. My nephew, big Mariners fan, is the same way. And we go back and forth. I'm like, this group it doesn't matter. That is on their resume and their logo and everything about them for the foreseeable future. Maybe for the rest of our lifetimes. You're going to have that as an Astro fan. As a Cowboy fan, as a Longhorn fan, I'm kind of used to it. I'm used to, being a part of a fan base that, fan of a team where more people seem to hate you and talk about you than their own team. And I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of Astro fans that are Cowboy fans, and yes, there are a lot of those, they're used to it. Those that are, say, a Texans fan and an Astro fan, they're not used to that. They're used to somebody either not giving a damn or it's all good. They're not used to the hate. And some Astro fans haven't reacted well to being the enemy. If you're a Yankee fan, if you're an Alabama fan, there are fan bases out there that are just used to it.
Well, and what's the common denominator there? Honestly, it's success. People get tired of the same teams winning over and over and over again. That's exactly what it is. And so it's just pure jealousy. Although with the Cowboys, I'm not sure why there's still that much hate out there other than, I don't know, just
Jerry
Jones. Way that it is. Jerry
Jones. It's the popularity of the team. The fact is, more people, and just go look at our comments on YouTube. There are more negative comments about Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys daily on our YouTube channel than positives. Now, this year, that's understandable. But even last year, when the Cowboys were winning another 12 regular seasons, it was the same thing during the regular season. Just wait. Now, I don't know with those people that are commenting what team they actually root for, because they don't talk about their team. They would rather talk about the Dallas Cowboys. They would rather see the Cowboys lose than their team win. And I do think in baseball, especially if your team is not in the postseason, you're rooting for whoever is playing the Houston Astros. And it's been that way for the last, 4 or 5 years, ever since the scandal. When they were cheating and winning, it was like, what a great story. Hey, they finally won one. And for them to win one, go through the scandal, and then maintain success knowing the scrutiny that they were getting, not only from fans, but probably Major League Baseball and other opponents. Just the spotlight is on you because we think you're cheating. You've got to do it right. For them to maintain that success is probably more impressive than winning one by cheating.
I can't argue with that. I really can't argue with that. And again, they've been successful, and that's why people hate teams that are successful year after year after year. It's just the way that it is, and it's always going to be that way in sports. And, if you're an Astros fan, who gives a damn? If you're whatever fan and your team is winning, who cares what other people are saying about it? It makes no difference. So, that's the beauty of sports, though. That's the beauty of sports, is the sports hate, the criticism, the making fun of. All of that is the beauty of it. And I think it's awesome. If people are making fun of your team, then most likely your team is successful, and you can just give them the bird.
Or your team is the Dallas Cowboys.
Or that, yeah.
Which, by all categories except for Super Bowls and playoffs, they are successful. The category that matters most, they haven't had success. Although historically, their number of Super Bowls, even though it's been a while, there are franchises is about as old, just as old or older, that have longer droughts than the Cowboys or, the Texans, who've not yet been there, even though, the Cowboys had a couple of trophies when you look at how old the Texans are and how old the Cowboys are. Go look it up, Pledge. How long have the Texans been a team?
And since the early 2000s or earlier than that?
02?
02.
And you look at the Cowboys started in 1960. They had a couple of trophies, and they were at Super Bowl IV, Super Bowl V. They were there early.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to do fairer comparisons, they just haven't won lately. Chicago, they haven't won since '85. Although, the Sexy Rexy took him to one.
That was a hell of a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jim McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Good team. Used to love that team. Right? I saw that team actually play the Houston Oilers in the Astrodome.
I saw that team play the Cowboys at the old Texas Stadium. They won 44-0, I think.
The Oilers did better than that. They only got beat 21-6.
Well, yeah.
So there you go. That means the Oilers are better than the Cowboys. Obviously.
Only you need to answer this question from Raymond Amaro.
What question is that?
Joe, my team is the Tennessee Titans, and my friends make fun of me. Does that mean they are good?
No, it means they suck. That's why they're making fun of you, Raymond, because they suck and their quarterback is a cartoon clown. That's why. How about that?
Wow, Mason Rudolph, you talk to him like that?
No, I'm talking about Will Levis, who is
guy.
still the starting quarterback, according to the head coach, when he's healthy. Now, maybe Will Levis will all of a sudden not be healthy for the rest of the year. Oh, that shoulder, it's just not ready to go. But then you got Mason Rudolph. I mean, come on.
Yeah?
Yeah, it sucks.
You know what they're never going to have in Tennessee? The Super Bowl Shuffle. Because that's the song for the Chicago Bears.
Sure.
Yeah. What pledge?
Just bringing some memory to my memory. 4 weeks ago, wasn't Will Levis the future and the next great young quarterback?
He was, and it still could be that. I'm not giving up on him completely, but some of the things that he has done, Pledge and Minnix, have been very clownish and extremely stupid. And the Titans, honestly, what are they, 1-3?
Yeah, but they could be better than that if he were a better quarterback.
Two games right now I can look at that they had, and he snatched losses from the jaws of victory in both of those games because of his turnover. One is a pick six, the other.
Yeah, they should have beat the Bears.
They should have.
I mean, they could be, 3-1?
They've if not for Will Levis, yes.
Maybe even 4-0.
No, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean.
Maybe. I'm just saying, he has been a real clown.
It's a good thing he got hurt against Miami. Could you imagine losing to that team?
Well, he tried. He threw a pick six, didn't he?
No, he threw a pick early.
It was just an interception.
No, he threw a pick early, and what was crazy is in that game, as we talked about it, I had in my Underdog Fantasy Pick'em entry, Will Levis, they had him at 0.5 interceptions, and he threw that before he got hurt early.
You had that one in the bag.
I mean, yeah, that was easy, man. That thing turned green in a hurry. You love it when your Pick'em entries start turning green because they make watching games that much more exciting, that much more fun because winning money is always fun. In fact, at Underdog, you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats like interceptions thrown, touchdowns, passing yards. Making picks is easy, too. And I'm looking at, tonight's game, Tampa Bay and Atlanta. It should be an interesting game. Mike Evans, higher or lower, 4.5 receptions. Kind of like higher there. Looking at, I'm trying to find quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, higher or lower, 1.5 touchdown passes. Something to look at there. I'm looking at all the different numbers as I'm building my Pick'em entry because I will be playing tonight. I play just about every game because I like winning money. I'm sure you do as well. So get signed up at Underdog Fantasy. It's easy to do. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their app. Use my promo code STAR when you get registered and sign up, and you will get a free pick to use on your first cash Pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit from Underdog. They're going to hook you up. Must be over 18. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR to claim your new customer special pick of a free pick and your deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Promo code STAR. Get signed up today. UnderdogFantasy.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle,
Games on Saturday with quarterback questions all around. We're talking Ewers, we're talking Arch, we're talking Wegman, we're talking Reed, we're talking college football.
Recapping Thursday night football in the NFL and looking forward to a loaded slate this Sunday, including the Cowboys limping into Pittsburgh. All that and more starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On job sites, few things are more important than a solid work boot. At Boot Barn Work, we pride ourselves on knowing that no matter your trade, when there's hard work to be done, your boot should be built for non-stop protection and mobility. Thoroughgood checks all the boxes. Their Wear Anywhere boots are time-tested and crafted with the highest quality materials for relentless support. For job-fitted boots, Thoroughgood at Boot Barn Work.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Hey guys, it's AJ. I'm here to tell you about SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. They're now accepting new memberships. They're open 7 days a week. Great atmosphere, great vibe, great food, great service. All skill levels welcome. Stop by. Check them out online, sacardhouse.com.
1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced. Let our professional parts people test your battery for free at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you love cowboy boots, you'll love this news. A new Tacova store is coming to 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Inside, you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, Western apparel, and accessories for men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Check out the Tacova's grand opening at 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights, Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Enjoy live music and free swag for the first 50 folks in the door daily. Tacova's, don't go gently.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. Early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Hey Roadrunner fans, this is April Ansira, VP of Ansira Auto Group, inviting you to join me and the Blitz with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star at Ansira Nissan on Friday, October 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. We will have a meet and greet with star players JT Clark and Jamal Ligon, a giveaway for tickets to the San Antonio Zoo, Fiesta Texas, and shows at the Tobin. But most exciting is exclusive UTSA merch we are selling to benefit UTSA football. See you October 4th. Birds up.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by England, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Sports Star. The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix, your South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. And let's talk some Cowboys football with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And, Stephen, appreciate you taking the time. As always, a lot of injuries to deal with, and the ones we've all known about. The injury report just got released. Both Zeke and Ryan on the injury report today for dehydration. Do we need to get some water up there at the Star?
Well, it's a good hot day here in Dallas, I can tell you that. I'm sure it's warm there too. But no, there's a little lot of heat out there. But Mike worked them good today and got a lot of good work out of them, and know they'll be all right.
Obviously, Stephen, we know about Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, but Kalen Carson limited today. What do you expect from him? Diggs also limited today as well.
Yeah, I just think, work in progress on Carson coming back. He obviously missed last week, but he's making good progress, and we'll just kind of have to see. Saturday will be another big day, and probably make that call after practice on Saturday, and then Diggs, hopefully he'll be fine. We don't expect it to be too much there, but he tweaked his ankle.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. So much talk, Stephen, about when will we see Dalvin Cook on the active roster, and I know the run game hasn't been where you've expected it or wanted it to be, but what all goes into the decision on when Dalvin Cook will make the active roster?
Yeah, that's just obviously the coaching staff. It's their feel. Mike, of course, and the head coach and the guy running the offense has the best feel for it. But he's, just getting a feel for these guys week to week in terms of who's best to be up in a given week. And we just got to keep getting better as a football team. And we got good solid backs. It's just getting more consistency as we move forward. We obviously had two games there. Game 2 and 3 where we were, playing from behind most of the game, so it's real hard to evaluate your running game when you're playing from behind for the majority of the game. But thought we ran it better against the Giants, and know we'll keep getting better.
Stephen, when you look at this game coming up in Pittsburgh, obviously we talk about the two defensive stars that are out. Some young guys are going to have to fill the void there for those two guys against a good Pittsburgh team on their home field. What is the confidence level heading into that football game as far as you're concerned with those young fellas?
Well, I just think it's a great opportunity for them, especially obviously between T. Weed and Lawson. They're going to have to step up, and then Nealon as well, he'll probably play quite a few more plays, and sure he's hungry for more plays. So, feel good that these guys will answer the bell and step up. Of course, they're replacing two Pro Bowl, All-Pro type guys, and Micah and D-Law, but that comes with the NFL. Everybody's got their challenges when it comes to injuries in this league. That's part of it, and just got to go suit up. I mean, the Steelers are going to be difficult. Serve on the competition committee with Coach Tomlin there. I think he's maybe the longest tenured coach in the league for a reason. He's always got his teams prepared. They're always really good football teams, and we'll have our work cut out for us.
And as we talk about all the injuries, some that we see them happen as fans and you go, oh, and then others like Brandin Cooks that you just read about. What were you doing when you found out the news of Brandin Cooks, and then how do you replace what his production is?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously we carry 6 receivers on our roster, and Fournet's been the one who's been inactive, but he's a guy also that we've been really, anticipating getting him up. He's done a lot of good things in training camp, did a lot of good things in the preseason, doing a lot of good things in practice, and it'd be great to see him get his opportunity. And then, of course, guy, who's similar to Cooks is Turpin, in terms of being a really juicy, fast, but smaller guy, very similar types there. So, obviously, Cooks has had his production in his career that is undeniable, but, I have a lot of confidence our group will step up.
Stephen, I've got to ask you, because there's a lot of rumors flying around about Davante Adams. The Cowboys have been mentioned as a possible landing spot for him. Is there anything to that?
No, I don't think there's anything to that. And, Davante's, we just signed our number one guy, and he's the number one receiver. And, as you know, when you have, the challenges cap-wise that we have, that'd be a long putt for us.
A long putt. That's a great way to put it. But I do know, talking to you all these years, talent acquisition is 24/7, 365.
Absolutely, and of course, sure, all these there's a lot of great players out there, and we're always keeping our eye on them. But we've got to we're focused on the guys we have at the moment, and if we see the right situation that arises, then we'd look at it.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys here on the Blitz. Stephen, before we let you go, your sister is going to be in San Antonio tonight at a great event honoring Medal of Honor recipients and the Jones family receiving an award. And I think about everything that your family does building that museum. It's incredible. So, I know she's coming in for the award, but it's incredible what you guys do for the Medal of Honor recipients.
Well, she's really taken that on her shoulders, her and my mother, and really done a lot of heavy lifting to really honor our country's, great acts of heroics and what they do to protect us so we can have the lives that we live here and have a great way of life. And certainly this is just a small way to honor, but certainly that was important, near and dear to our hearts in terms of honoring these heroes that have done amazing things for our country.
Absolutely. Stephen, always appreciate you jumping on with us down here in San Antonio. We'll talk to you next Thursday after you guys go and beat Pittsburgh.
Sounds great, guys. Take care.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones on the Buyers Barricades at guest line. He was on with us earlier today, 3:15.
Yep.
Instead of playing clips, we played the whole thing because Reinagel had to go into the phone booth.
I did.
And change into his tuxedo.
Well,
sort of. You're not completely fully dressed, but you want to see Reinagel in the penguin suit. Get over to our YouTube channel, San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Right now, how many votes are on this thing? 77 votes. Should Joe start wearing a tux for the show? 71% say yes. Reinagel's voted multiple times because there are 29% no votes. But now that you see Reinagel in a tuxedo, minus the tie, he looks like he's ready to either get us extra water or deal us some cards over at the big blind.
Either way, I can do it all. Serve you a steak, beat you at blackjack, whatever you want.
Where's the tie?
Well, the tie's in the office still. We got a lot of show left. I feel like putting a tie on. I told you my disdain for ties.
Uh-huh.
And I had to wear a tie for 25 years.
Had to. Yeah, I see Don Harris today not wearing ties at work. Just sport coat and go.
Well, see, I don't understand that. That rule must have been after I took off.
Mm-hmm.
They saw how much fun I was having not wearing a tie.
That's what it is, huh?
I didn't have to, like on a Friday night football, I didn't have to do that. But every time else, yes, I'd have to wear a tie.
Mm-hmm. Required,
yes.
Did they dress you?
No.
Oh.
They did not.
That was obvious. Don't question.
That's some damn good-looking suits. Now I only have one left.
Mm-hmm.
I kept one just in case.
So go over to the YouTube channel, look at Joe. We're going to give away some prizes on YouTube as well because Pledge says we've got all kinds of things to give away. So Pledge, at some point, just give away one of the prizes we have, like Barbacoa and Big Red Festival or the Comedian, and we'll give them to some YouTube winners. If you're watching on YouTube, that's how you're going to be able to win some of those great things. Let's talk about what we just heard from Stephen Jones. Direct question. Davante Adams, and a very direct answer.
No, I don't think there's anything to that. And, Davante's, we just signed our number one guy, and he's the number one receiver. And, as you know, when you have, the challenges cap-wise that we have, that'd be a long putt for us.
A long putt for them. And again, no matter what you think of that, and I know a lot of Cowboy fans would love to have a Davante Adams across from CD Lamb, and I get it. He would be a one-year rental. It would be just this year. And then he's going to want one of those big, giant contracts, the likes of CD Lamb and Justin Jefferson. The Cowboys aren't going to do that. They've signed Dak. They've signed CD. As of now, they're going to sign Micah Parsons, and they just can't afford to have two of those guys. So he wouldn't be here long-term. It would just be for the remainder of this year if they were to pull the trigger on that.
The fan frustration is Jerry's all-in comment, and they haven't done a damn thing. And I don't know if it's frustration when I see the comments and the tweets about the organization doesn't do a damn thing. They don't care about winning. Because it doesn't make sense for Davante Adams. Now, because the defense has not been up to par, another weapon to help the offense. So that's the only argument you could have about making a trade right now for Davante Adams. But from a financial aspect, I think Cowboy fans just want this organization to do something. If they're going to go trade for somebody, it would be, I don't know, a running back, somebody that could help stop the run. They're two glaring areas of need. They do need, though, some help at wide receiver. But adding another number one, I think you could, for far less, go get an Amari Cooper. You could maybe go get a DeAndre Hopkins. There are some other talented receivers that won't cost you as much that would be short-term answers. Davante Adams would be a very expensive short-term answer. I don't see them signing him long-term, and you basically just heard that from Stephen Jones from a salary cap perspective. They're not going to give up a number 2 pick and something else for 10, 11, 12 games from Davante Adams.
No, it makes no sense, and that's why they're not going to do it. Now, do they go out and find another wide receiver? That's possible. But again, I agree with you. There are other needs as far as I'm concerned. Now, look, the Jalen's need to step up. Jalen Tolbert especially.
Yes.
He needs to step up and solidify that third spot, if nothing else. Brandin Cooks not going to play this week. He's out this week. So one of those guys is going to have to step up. Who's it going to be? Is it Kevontae Turpin? Is he the guy? I'm not sure at this point in time sitting here. I would say no.
No.
Jalen Tolbert is the guy that they expected. They drafted. They've developed this guy. What's he in his third year now? It's time for him to make a move and time for him to do something.
When you look at it, in Pro Football Talk has a story that just posted, Derek Carr, every quarterback would want to play with Davante. Yeah. And I'm sure Dak probably would want to play with Davante Adams as well. But does it make business sense? And again, trying to think the way the Cowboys do business and taking how they do things in a real conversation, which I know is difficult for some of you. But we know the Cowboys don't like to give up draft picks because they love having all these draft picks. They're not going to give up a number 2 pick. This isn't the same situation at wide receiver it was when they did make a big trade in the season to go get Amari Cooper once upon a time. That became their number 1 pick the following year, and it worked. Will they do that this year? And would it make that much of a difference knowing how much they love their picks? And the answer is no. I do think Davante will end up with the Jets or with the Saints because that is where he wants to go. I wouldn't rule out Pittsburgh, because they were so in on Brandon Ayuk and they didn't get that done. So I could see them going after a Davante Adams. But the other part of that is, what does Davante want? I don't give a damn that he said today it doesn't matter. He hasn't given a list of teams. You're not trading a second-round pick without making the trade and then signing him to a new contract.
Yeah, he's a long-term option if you're going to bring him in there. And the problem with the Jets, they've got a number 1 guy as well. So, do you give up on their number 1 guy in Garrett Wilson, or is Davante Adams that guy? I mean, that's something you've got to – now, if you're dealing with the New Orleans Saints, maybe that's a different story. Well, they've got some talented wide receivers there as well, but that might be a different story. And, again, just history – Devontae Adams went to the Raiders because of Derek Carr.
And if I know New Orleans has a number one wide receiver, if Devontae shows up there, he's the best wide receiver on that team.
Yeah.
The Garrett Wilson, I don't want to say issue, but he and Aaron Rodgers aren't on the same page. I know a lot of people drafted Garrett Wilson very high in their fantasy drafts thinking that he and Aaron Rodgers were just going to light it up. And for whatever reason, they're not on the same page. And what we all know about Aaron Rodgers doesn't feel like that guy trusts Garrett Wilson. He's throwing the guys that he's played with for a long time. I don't know that Aaron Rodgers thinks he's...
No.
But I'm not sure what that one was, Pledge. I thought we were going to play the bum. You've got one from Aaron Rodgers that he's a bum.
I think he's a bum.
Yeah. I don't think he thinks that yet. Talk about being on the same page with your receiver and whatnot, host and producer there. I mean, but you look at it, so maybe if you're the Jets, then do you acquire a Devontae Adams to keep Aaron Rodgers happy, and then what could you flip Garrett Wilson for?
Well, let's go back, and as you guys like to say, bring memory to your memory. Aaron Rodgers couldn't stand Devontae Adams his first year.
True.
He hated him because the guy couldn't catch a pass.
Yep.
He couldn't catch a pass to save his life, and then Devontae Adams turned into what Devontae Adams is now. So Garrett Wilson's a very talented wide receiver, and I think they will get on the same page. But I think the Jets have the same problem the Cowboys have. If you're a defense and you're playing the Jets, you're taking care of Garrett Wilson and letting everybody, Alan Lazard, for goodness sake, and Mike Williams, who's never healthy. I mean, so they've got the same issue that the Dallas Cowboys have when it comes to wide receivers. Defenses are going to concentrate on Wilson, and somebody else has got to step up, and right now, ain't nobody else doing that.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We do have NFL football tonight. Get to sasportstar.com. Make your picks in the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. Weekly winners get the $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. At the end of the year, the local grand prize winner, $1,000 worth of tickets from A-Awesome Tickets. Let's talk some Spurs coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Before we do that, though, let's talk about Stevens Roofing. I've been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. I'm proud to do so. They're a family-owned local company, and your roof covers your home. It covers your family. You need a reliable roofer that you can trust. That's the main word, trust. Stevens Roofing is that company that you can trust. And it doesn't matter what kind of project it is. You've got a commercial building that needs a new roof, Stevens Roofing can do that. You want a metal roof on your house, Stevens Roofing can do that. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio. Estimates are always free when you call them at 210-785-0994. And if you're like me and just about everybody else these days, you want to save some money. So if you've been thinking about going solar, well, Stevens Roofing has you covered there as well. And solar panels are increasingly affordable. They can save you money on your monthly utility bills. They'll often increase the value of your home. And there are even options to keep the lights on if the grid goes down. That's important these days. Stevens has a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions that are tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com. Join the Blitz live this Friday at Encira Nissan for a meet and greet with some of the UTSA football stars and your chance to get some new exclusive UTSA merch, all benefiting UTSA football athletics. Plus, you can get tickets to the San Antonio Zoo, Fiesta Texas, and Tobin Center. The Blitz this Friday at Encira Nissan on I-10 between Wurzbach and Heidner. With 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS. Follow all the action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship. Sign up, sign in, and start streaming Paramount Plus today.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico? You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh,
East Coast,
son,
little
you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico.
Try a Kinetico for 90 days absolutely free with no contract. Call Kinetico of San Antonio at 210-656-PURE.
KineticoSA.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey guys, it's AJ. I'm here to tell you about SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. They're now accepting new memberships. They're open 7 days a week. Great atmosphere, great vibe, great food, great service. All skill levels welcome. Stop by. Check them out online, sacardhouse.com.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the San Antonio Spurs today announced the hiring of Jacob Toby as their new TV play-by-play announcer. Toby will join veteran commentator Sean Elliott. He will replace longtime legend announcer Bill Land. The Davante Adams trade rumors continued today. Yesterday it was reported his wish list was the Jets or the Saints. Today he said he has not demanded a location, but Stephen Jones says Davante Adams is not coming to Dallas.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons
The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minnix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. Glad to have you listening on this Thursday afternoon on the radio, 94.1. On any of the apps online. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate that as well. If you go to YouTube right now, if you're there, you see it. If you're not there, you see Joe Reinagel in a tuxedo, although you haven't added the tie yet or the coat. You've got the vest, and thank God he finally put his damn pants on.
I put some pants on, even have shoes on now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. You had to get the shoes, too?
No, I didn't get the shoes. These are my own from back in the day. These are my own. Haven't worn these in a while.
You haven't cleaned them either.
Well,
do you step in mud?
What are you talking about? They're fine.
Look how dirty your heel is.
Dude, who
That's
cares?
Embarrassing.
It's not.
You can't have. Seriously, pull your shoe off and show the people.
I'm not going to pull. The heel's a little dirty. I didn't realize that.
Not a little dirty. It looks like you stepped in dog.
Well, maybe I did.
Well, it doesn't smell in here, but you can't look this clean and sharp and have on shoes that look like crap.
Next break, I'll go in and wipe that off.
A little spit shine.
It'll be just fine.
Dude, you would fail a military inspection with shoes like that.
Dude, I haven't worn these shoes, honestly, in probably 2 years.
Yeah?
I used to wear. And
are you going to be bitching about your feet tomorrow?
Probably.
Good.
These are fairly new as well. I mean, because I got them before we started talking about a little transition from TV to radio.
Oh, so they're well, you haven't worn them in 2 years.
You haven't worn them in 2 years. I bought them more than 2 years ago.
No, it looked like you bought those in 1988.
Well, yeah, if things are good, they're good.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you really do got to shine those up. You are going to an event tonight that is honoring Medal of Honor recipients. You think about the war heroes that you are going to be around, and you're going to wear those shoes.
I'm going to clean them up.
You got to shine those things up. You got to spit shine those. The reflection, you've got to see that.
I've shined the tops of them. I just didn't realize I didn't realize the heel was dirty. Now that I know, I will take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
David Macias says put the strap on this segment.
What?
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
That's a whole different show, man.
I'm just saying, yeah.
I don't know what they're doing on the morning huddle, but there's no strap-ons in the afternoon. I don't
know
tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about there, David, but it's a family show, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you trying to say, Pledge?
George freaking Strait is going to be at this event. Your idol.
Yes.
Clean yourself up.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Gary Sinise is emceeing this event. I mean, this is a fancy-ass rubber chicken dinner.
I'm looking forward to it. Some famous chef is supposed to be there, too. You think it's still rubber chicken?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's a banquet.
Yeah.
It's a gala. It doesn't matter who's cooking up the rubber chicken. It is rubber chicken.
No, it's an honor to be able to be in the same building as those Medal of Honor recipients that I'll be around tonight, not to mention everybody else is going to be there. So it's going to be fun, and Charlotte Jones will be there to accept the award for Jerry and Gene.
Yes.
So that's going to be nice.
Yep. It's a great event. I'm glad you are going.
I can't wait. My wife, she's taking me along. Yes. Her company has a table there, so I was.
You're going as eye candy?
I'm going
as
candy. That's exactly right.
You're Maggie's arm candy?
I'm her arm candy, yes. That's me. It was either this or a phone call to, one of those escorts.
What?
We couldn't afford that.
Dude, sometimes, man, you just go left. I don't know where you're going.
Oh.
That just makes no damn sense.
Well.
Renee says he thinks David meant snap-ons or maybe clip-ons with your tie.
No, I think he meant the tie. That's what he said.
Even though he said strap-on, he meant snap-on or clip-on.
I'll have the tie on in the next segment. How about that? I'll get all dressed up for John McClain.
Okay, because he's on the phone. But the reality is I want to see you try to do all this while you're live on the radio. You know, so
put it on while I'm live on the radio.
See if you struggle to get that done and have Pledge help you.
Well, Pledge, I don't have to tie it. It clips. It's very, very simple.
Straps right on.
And thinking I was going to be in a hurry tonight after the show, I truth be told, so I get out the tuxedo today. I put all the jewelry in where it's supposed to go. Even did the cufflinks already. I was afraid I couldn't get the.
Is that really called jewelry? Or
it is called jewelry. Yes,
I think it's just called button covers.
It's called jewelry.
I think they're button
exactly
covers.
What it is.
Accessorize.
Well, these are cufflinks, buddy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They're technically called jewelry.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right. You pay extra for that?
Coming from the classy guy over here that wears a tux every day.
I do.
Uh-huh.
I haven't worn a tux since 1995.
Real? Are you kidding me?
On my wedding.
That's the last time you worn a tux?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Minnix, if he MCs something, it's a pullover and a jeans.
I've done that. Add a sport coat to the pullover. I have worn a tie.
Wow.
But a tux? No.
See, I don't mind a tux every now and then. It's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look like a penguin.
You could have got a little bit more colorful.
Well, it's one of those events because I asked the guy at the tux place because he knew exactly the event.
Sure.
I said, "Well,
making a fortune."
I said, is it? Should I get a blue one or something? Oh no, not for this. It's got to be black.
All right.
So there you go.
Yeah. So as dressed up as you're going to be, you're going to just blend right in.
Well, there'll be a lot of military people there who have their military tuxedos or whatever.
They're called uniforms, sir.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Dress blues.
With all their medals
uniforms,
and stuff
depending
on there.
On your branch.
So they're going to look a lot better than I'll ever think about looking.
Yes.
No, they will. There's no,
Yes.
No argument there.
None. Now, I will say, you learn a lot on this show. We call it the Blitz. From all kinds of fashion between Reinagel, me, which is generally a blue polo and shorts, or a blue polo and jeans if it's cold.
Correct.
And if it's cold, maybe even a half zip with a concert T-shirt underneath. I've got a style. It's mine.
Yes.
And then you got James Pledger. Now, yesterday we were giving away Texas Ranger shirts that we were trying to figure out what the hell they are. They are T-shirts with a hood on them.
Right.
And James Pledger is really the only one I know that wears something like that on a regular. Like not working out. Like he would just wear it to work. We call it Pledger wear.
Yes.
And then I see Wemby talking today. And what is Wemby wearing? Pledger wear.
Wembenyama!
But he was working out at least. It was after practice. Although he was wearing a sleeveless
a sleeveless hoodie.
Well, yeah. But it was like the T-shirt variety, lightweight, sleeveless Pledger wear. Who knows? It's Wemby, and Wemby can do what he wants. Now, Wemby's a kid. Pledge is a 43, 44, 43-year-old.
He's an old guy.
Pledge is old.
He's old.
He's too old to be wearing Pledger wear.
Middle-aged.
Yes. Yeah. But Wemby was talking today, talked about how teammates are going to be able to help him in year 2.
Naturally, it is more structured. First of all, because we know ourselves better. I know myself better. We've got our habits. When last year we was starting from scratch, basically, especially me. Never playing in the NBA. I had no idea of what I was doing. So I was starting from scratch totally. And but now that I've got this basis, I feel like I can help my teammates also. I can help them help me.
Help them help me. Again, Wemby's going to be so much better this year, starting the season than he was last year, just because he knows the steps. He's played the players he's going to play against. He knows the NBA so much better, obviously, than he did starting the season last year, when he, quite frankly, looked lost for about the first month of the season. And then, obviously, after the All-Star break, he kicked it into high gear and played Wemby-like. Went through the Olympics, and now I expect full-blown Wemby from game 1.
The other Spurs news today that was kind of interesting. and surprising because I think a lot of us just felt like when Bill Land announced his retirement as the longtime Spurs television broadcaster, that Dan Weiss would be elevated to that seat. But today the Spurs announced that they have hired Jacob Toby as their new play-by-play announcer. Jacob Toby will team with Sean Elliott for the Spurs broadcasts. I don't know anything about Jacob Toby.
Nope.
He is from Sandwich, Massachusetts.
Yes. Young guy,
and gets this job coming from being a weekend sports anchor at a Denver television station.
Well, he's done some play-by-play, right,
Yeah.
according to the Spurs press release today. So, obviously, he must be pretty good. They wouldn't hire him otherwise. I feel bad for Dan if Dan wanted that job, and I wouldn't imagine that he didn't get the job. So this guy must be pretty good, and I'm anxious to hear him and see what he's all about.
We will do what we can to get to know, what's his name? Jacob Toby. I almost called him Josh. Jacob Toby. So we will find out. Give him a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Big shoes to fill.
Yes.
Big shoes to fill. We'll see. Hey, Jeff Tate's coming to San Antonio. You can win tickets before you can buy them. Jeff Tate, Operation Mindcrime, final chapter, live at the Aztec Theater, March 29th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 at livenation.com. But if you're caller number 12 right now, those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 12, you're going to go see Jeff Tate at the Aztec Theater. Caller 12, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. John McClain from HoustonTexans.com joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, I went into Tri-County Meat Market and got myself a beautiful brisket. Calling it a birthday brisket for my niece because she asked for a brisket for her birthday. Some of you want a cake? My niece wants a brisket. So we're doing a brisket this weekend. Picked it up today. And I tell you what, no matter what you're going to put on your grill, you know that great meal starts with great meat. And the best place to get your meat is at Tri-County Meat Market. There are 2 locations. Locally owned, full service. They have everything you need to up your grilling game. Beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers. You want to do beef ribs, pork ribs, English crosscuts. Their Caesar fajitas are fantastic. Their tri-tips, picanha. Burgers. Try those brisket burgers. They're incredible. You need a brisket? They'll get you taken care of. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect. You can always take advantage of their Pick 5 special, and they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, online at tricountymeat.com.
Join the Blitz live this Friday at Encira Nissan for a meet and greet with some of the UTSA football stars and your chance to get some new exclusive UTSA merch, all benefiting UTSA football athletics. Plus, you can get tickets to the San Antonio Zoo, Fiesta Texas, and Tobin Center. The Blitz this Friday at Encira Nissan on I-10 between Wurzbach and Huebner. With 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Slung it on out there.
Posted
right in time for deer season.
Naked pictures of his
Tommy Lee Schlong
business.
I don't know if Tommy Lee Schlong can type. Hi, Mr. Schlong.
Hi, John. I tell you, no, I can't type. No, but I can dictate.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or 2 half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
I was so excited when I heard the sandwich was back. What's up? This is Mike.
And this is Celia.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich
is the symphony of flavors. You can always count on that crispy, tender, juicy chicken. It's so good.
My favorite part is the pimento cheese. Topped off with the honey, it all comes together perfectly. I like the original.
I like the spicy chicken fillet. But either way,
you're getting a winner.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up. You can go farther and save on full synthetic with our oil change special. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic with an STP Extended Life oil filter for just $35.99. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. Let's talk to the general, John McClain from HoustonTexans.com, joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. A knucklehead question, John, to get things started. Reinagel is wearing a tuxedo because he's leaving after the show, going to an event that is honoring Medal of Honor recipients. I haven't worn a tux since my wedding, and Joe thinks that's crazy. How often do you wear a tuxedo? When was the last time?
At one point, I used to have one. I owned it because I was dating the Chronicle's fashion editor, and I had to go to a lot of events like that. But right now, I couldn't get one leg in that tux. So the last time I had one was for an event about 3 or 4 years ago, where I had to rent one, and I'm guessing they're still expensive. I know that, but I'm sure Joe looks great.
Well, I do, John. Thank you. I'm just let you know. Yes, it's fantastic. Look, I rented this one. I'll be honest with you. I used to have a tuxedo too, but I don't wear them as much as I used to. So
and you can't fit in the one you bought.
Well, the one I bought, I outgrew it. John,
it shrunk.
Yes,
that's a good way. That's a good way to put it.
Man, John, the Texans, while they're 3-1 and they got that win last week, last couple of weeks, obviously they got blown out by Minnesota, but even their win over Jacksonville, they don't look to be on that same page. It just doesn't look as smooth as it did a year ago. What is going on with Houston? They're winning, but it's not as pretty as it was a year ago with C.J. Stroud in that offense.
Well, they had 9 games decided by a touchdown or less last year, so they were still playing a lot of close games. It's just everybody this year expected them to blow people out, and they're 0-4 against the spread. For some reason, early in the week, they were favored by 1 over the Bills. If I were betting, I'd have been all over that. Now the Bills are favored by 1, at least yesterday. I haven't checked today. But they have played in their 3 wins, they let every team hang around too long. Now, this is their first game against a genuine Super Bowl contender. And the Bills, of course, are going to be madder than hornets' nest, coming off that embarrassing loss at Baltimore. Texans, they can't run the ball. The last 2 weeks, they've just been terrible running the ball. And their offensive line has been terrible at run blocking since the first game. But they're down their first 2 backs. They need to do like they did in that last drive against the Jaguars. Put the ball in Stroud's hand. Don't run on first down. 14 runs on first down, average 2.3 yards a carry. So I think Bobby Slowick's play calling was suspect. And you just keep putting Stroud in second and third and long, and that's what players love because they can't do anything on first down. I think they should start passing and use the pass to set up the run and forget about running on first down unless it's draw plays to catch them off guard.
Well, John, that brings up an interesting thing because Joe Mixon, when he first injured himself, I didn't think it was going to be all that serious. But again, he doesn't practice today. He's in danger of missing his 3rd straight ball game. What's the story with Joe Mixon?
He got injured on a hip drop tackle, and he tried to come back in. He couldn't, and he's been out ever since. I'll be surprised if he plays against the Bills. Damian Pierce, the number 2 back, who actually averaged over 5 yards a carry against Indianapolis, he got pulled a hamstring, so they're playing Cam Akers, and then they've been playing a guy, J.J. Taylor. He needs to go to the bench and move up Daria Gumbawali, who helped them pull out that victory over Jacksonville. But, I know that they don't make excuses. They know the run blocking has been bad, just like their new defensive tackles have been terrible against the run. They're giving more yards rushing between the tackles than all but one team in the NFL. That's what they get for getting rid of their starting defensive tackles last year, who played really well. One they traded, and the other one went to Cincinnati for a $4 million a year raise. So they got issues in the middle of their defense. They've been giving up big plays, and then their special teams, best in the NFL the last 2 seasons. They've been atrocious. Fumble punt gives Jacksonville a 2-yard touchdown drive. They had a block punt earlier to give a short touchdown drive. I don't know what's happened to their special teams.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And obviously it's Buffalo. The game isn't in Buffalo, but how is Diggs approaching this week going against his former team and his good buddy, Josh Allen?
Well, he knows, and everybody knows, the Bills don't give a rat's you-know-what about Diggs. After the way they played against Baltimore, they got to think about not losing this game and being 3-2. They've got to win. Diggs coming off a really good game. He had 2 catches of 15 yards each, wiped out by penalties on the offensive line. Texans lead the NFL in penalties, so many on their offensive line. Another reason the offensive line has been terrible at run blocking and using any kind of discipline. So Diggs has played really well, 3 touchdowns. And when Tank Dell was out this last game, Dalton Schultz got more passes. People say, well, what's wrong with Dalton Schultz? Well, the problem is you got Nico Collins, who's been fantastic, best receiver in the NFL right now. And then you got Stephon Diggs, and then you got Tank Dell, and you're going to take the passes away from them for Schultz. So it's not like they're throwing 40 times a game, so it's got to be distributed, and you got to be patient. So I'm excited to see how Diggs plays. I know a lot of fantasy experts have been saying suit up Diggs. Well, I would not suit him up over Nico Collins, who's been fantastic. And but anyway, they've got a really good thing going if they will just use it more and quit running the ball on first down, which drives me crazy.
I can tell. I know this drives you crazy, too. The Astros get swept out of the playoffs. And Jose Altuve, after that game, was talking about Bregman and that the Astros should pay him and keep him in Houston. What are your thoughts on Alex Bregman?
So here's the first down runs. 1, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 7, 4, 3, 0, just to start to put Stroud in such a hole. What'd you ask me?
It's too.
It doesn't matter what Altuve says. No, but Jim Crane doesn't care. Crane has never given a contract longer than 6 years, and he's not going to give Bregman one. And next year, he's not going to give Tucker one. And so far, it's worked out pretty well. They still got a lot of pitchers. You got Javier coming back next year, Luis Garcia. They get Verlander off their books, which will free up a lot of money right now. They got 5 starters coming back. They're going to need a third baseman. They need a first baseman, and they need a center fielder who can actually hit. And but boy, they stunk it up. And Altuve now has done that twice about Bregman. And unless he wants to give up about $50 million of his contract, ain't happening.
Well, maybe he can get that from you. Mattress Mac could pony up if there could only be NIL deals in Major League Baseball.
Yep, Mattress Mac could pony up that money, but I don't see anybody giving Bregman that kind of money, considering he's a slow starter. He had 26 home runs, most he's had since 19. He doesn't drive in 100 runs, and he's a really good fielder. But Chapman with the Giants got $151 million, and they say that's the starting point for Bregman. Well, if Crane would offer Bregman that contract, he might take it. But if he thinks he's going to get more, nice knowing you.
He's not salty at all.
Not at all. No.
There are a lot of bad things about the Astros losing yesterday, and for me, baseball season officially ended. But one of the best things during an Astros game, especially when things aren't going well, is John McClain on Twitter. Make sure you are following John at McClain_on_NFL. John, enjoy the football weekend. We'll catch up next week.
You guys do it too. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. The great John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. I hope they figure out a way to bring Bregman back, but at the right price. And he's one of those kind of players that people are mixed on, like Pledge is like, probably not worth the money. But he just seems like one of those really good glue guys in the clubhouse. And those man, it's hard putting the value on that.
Well, if John McClain says it's not happening, it's not happening. So there you go. I'm going with that. I know you'd like to see it. It's not going to happen. So Breggy will be playing somewhere else next year.
Well, Russell Howard is going to be playing at the Aztec Theater on March 19th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m., livenation.com. But you can win a pair of tickets before you can buy them to go see comedian Russell Howard at the Aztec Theater. They're going to caller number 7 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need any kind of caps made. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. Maybe you just need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt. Sam can do that for you. He does it all day long. All the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Mathew, Port Authority, to name a few. You can do screen-printed T-shirts, uniforms. Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries, medical, restaurant, construction, schools, leagues, and so much more. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big-name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big, and all items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900. 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Games on Saturday with quarterback questions all around. We're talking Ewers, we're talking Arch, we're talking Wegman, we're talking Reed, we're talking college football.
Recapping Thursday night football in the NFL and looking forward to a loaded slate this Sunday, including the Cowboys limping into Pittsburgh. All that and more starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture Card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2502 package deal, including a 4-wheel drive tractor with hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This report is brought to you by Macy's. Don't miss Macy's VIP sale. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off the latest fall trends and save 15% off skincare, makeup, and more. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply. Now at Macy's.
Hey guys, it's AJ. I'm here to tell you about SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. They're now accepting new memberships. They're open 7 days a week. Great atmosphere, great vibe, great food, great service. All skill levels welcome. Stop by. Check them out online, sacardhouse.com.
What's that? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL, Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. If you're watching on YouTube, and I highly recommend you go there, Reinagel full tuxedo mode. Now, I got to tell you what was just happening during the break, because I learned terminology I did not know went with getting a tuxedo on.
Uh-huh.
So Reinagel, for the most part, has dressed himself throughout the show.
Yes.
At one point, no pants, but a long shirt, so it was fine. And, you know, on the YouTube channel, you can't see anything. You have no idea. You have no idea how many guys actually anchor the news with a suit top and shorts and flip-flops on.
Very true.
Depending on how the set is designed. So, you know, Joe doing a show with no pants is, well, unusual here, but not unusual for Joe.
We could start that trend, though, with the way this desk is.
No.
I think it'd be good.
Tidy Whities is a surprise. Now,
I got all colors, Minnix.
During the break, Pledge helped Reinagel tie the clip-on, which I'm not really sure why you needed help there, but Pledge says, Joe, I will fluff your tie.
He fluffed it.
He was fluffing Reinagel's bow tie. I did not know fluffing a tie was actually a real term. It's unfortunate, but apparently those words came out of James Pledger's mouth.
Well, the tie, if it's not fluffed, you know, it could sag and it doesn't look good.
Right.
So you got to fluff it.
To keep it from sagging.
So if you would, you know, dress up occasionally, you'd know these terms.
I got to tell you, I can't tell the difference between your sagging tie and your fluffed tie.
Well, because
I'm not sure what the difference is. I just think he wanted to fondle around your neck.
Well, no, he helped me. He did. Not only that, he tightened the vest.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on back there, but you were standing up and you had a look on his face, and then Pledge popped his head over your shoulder, and I wasn't sure what was going on over there.
Well, he was fixing my vest, obviously. You know, I mean, it has to be tightened where it's not, you know, bulging out. Because I'm going to a classy event, and I certainly don't want it bulging out.
Yeah,
it might be embarrassing.
You also don't want it loose and flowy.
Yes.
Loose and flowy is better than bulging out.
Well,
especially
you know what I mean.
After you talked about getting your tie fluffed.
Uh-huh. All things that were very, very good today, by the way. A fluffed tie and a...
You didn't even know that was a thing.
A lack of a bulge.
Which seems counterproductive.
Well, it depends. When I'm around you and Pledge, I'm just fine without a bulge. No problems.
but you still need a fluffer.
I need a fluffer. Yes. Yes.
What the Cowboys apparently don't need is another wide receiver. We had Stephen Jones earlier here on the Blitz, and when asked about Davante Adams, straight up no.
No, I don't think there's anything to that. And, Davante's, we just signed our number one guy, and he's the number one receiver. And, as you know, when you have, the challenges cap-wise that we have, that'd be a long putt for us.
A long putt. I love the way he ended that, a long putt. I'd never heard that term, especially when you're talking about football contracts. But I guess it makes sense if you think about it.
Well, I mean, that quote right there is already being quoted nationally on Pro Football Talk. Headline, Stephen Jones says Davante Adams' trade would be, quote, a long putt with teams' cap challenges.
A long putt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we appreciate that. And that's why we have guys like Stephen Jones and Mike McCarthy on the air with us, because you never know when they're breaking news.
Well, and again, I mean, yeah, it's cool to see that. And again, that's as soon as he said it there, I mean, didn't dance around it, didn't say, didn't deny, just no.
Yeah, just no.
Just no.
Ain't happening.
Just no.
And honestly, I know a lot of people didn't care for that answer, but it is the right move, I think, for the Cowboys, because he'd be a rental. You'd have to give up a high draft pick, and they're not going to sign him to a long-term deal. So,
no.
Exactly.
Well, and again, all right, not Davante Adams. I'm good with that, because if they're going to make a trade, now I could see them making a trade that wouldn't be as expensive for, like, say, an Amari Cooper, but I would rather Stephen and Jerry work on getting us a real running back. And,
that would be nice.
And even though we feel like, all right, well, we've got Dalvin Cook, are we ever going to see him? I mean, but no. So I asked him, I mean, what goes into the decision-making process on when we are actually going to see Dalvin Cook on the football field?
Yeah, that's just obviously the coaching staff. It's their field. Mike, of course, and the head coach and the guy running the offense has the best feel for it. But he's, just getting a feel for these guys week to week in terms of who's best to be up in a given week, and we just got to keep getting better as a football team. And we got good solid backs. It's just getting more consistency as we move forward. We obviously had two games there, game 2 and 3, where we were, playing from behind most of the game. So it's real hard to evaluate your running game when you're playing from behind for the majority of the game. But thought we ran it better against the Giants, and know we'll keep getting better.
You know, it's interesting. I hope, Jason, and you tell me, I hope that they're not calling up Dalvin Cook because of Zeke Elliott's ego.
It's professional football. It's a fun storyline for us to talk about. That can't be the case.
Well, I would hope not. But at this point in time, I'm not sure why they haven't. Because I guess Steven says because they've fallen behind. But, I mean, seriously, what could it hurt? Although somebody's got to go off the active roster, and that's the issue.
You know, there are some things there, and you're right. Everything Steven and McCarthy have said is true. You get behind in games and your game plan's out the window. They haven't, because they're built to play from the lead, which they haven't done since Cleveland, then game plans are out the window. They haven't run the ball, but they haven't been effective when they have tried to run the ball. I still think it might be a game shape issue. It can't be feelings like, we can't do that to Zeke. The hell with that. And I think Jerry would say that at some point. He might love the guy to no end, but at one point, you made the decision to completely fire him and move on. Didn't want to offer him a lowball contract because you didn't want to disrespect the man. And so, to your point, maybe feelings are in place there, but it's about winning football games. Yeah. And listening to Stephen Jones, it's a Mike McCarthy decision, not a Jerry Jones decision. Listen to the beginning of that. The coaching staffs are the ones that are deciding what they want on the active game day roster.
Yeah, that's just obviously the coaching staff. It's their field. Mike, of course, and the head coach and the guy running the offense has the best feel for it. But he's, just getting a feel for these guys week to week. In
So,
terms
I mean, you hear that. And, it tells me that Dalvin Cook ain't ready. I mean, Mike McCarthy is coaching for his job. He doesn't give a damn about Zeke's feelings.
No, he doesn't. And maybe that's the case. Maybe, who knows? Look, it was Mike Zimmer who suggested Dalvin Cook because they'd worked together.
Sure.
And when we had Stephen Jones on before the season, before game one, he told us that they didn't just bring him here to leave him on the practice squad to develop. So I don't know if they're all on the same page. They're not, or if it is like you say, Dalvin Cook is just not ready to go. But that to me is a stretch.
You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend on a Thursday afternoon with all the different live music and events happening in the area. We call it What's on Tap, and it's brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Go to samsburgerjoint.com where you can get tickets to their great shows, see their entire calendar, and, of course, their menu. Kelly McWee is out there tonight. Tropodelic, I think. I don't know. That's Friday night. Saturday night, Delvin Lamar, Organ Trio. Max and Heather Stallings is out there on Sunday. If you've never seen Max Stallings play, that's a good time. On Wednesday, they've got a Deftones tribute out there.
How about that?
Yeah,
Hey,
it'll be fun.
tonight, Green Hall, Lindsay Beaver Duo is at Green Hall tonight. Danny Ocean is at the Majestic Theater. Tinkler.
I think that's not Tinkler.
I knew that. I
What-
just said.
how would you pronounce that, sir?
It's Tin Liquor.
Yes. What does that mean?
Yes. Tinkler?
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
Maybe.
10 Tinklers at the Aztec Theater. Anna Gabriel is at the Frost Bank Center tonight. Chris Stapleton, look at this, at ACL Live tonight. It's a PBS ACL Live taping.
Well, it's because ACL is starting this weekend, and Stapleton is the headliner on Friday night.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
How about that? It'd be
He's a
fun
pretty
out
damn
there.
good
Yes,
singer
he
if
is.
you've ever seen him.
Yes.
I have. Friday, of course, the Blitz live at Ancira Nissan. The Heisman Trophy is going to be out there. A couple of UTSA football players. It's a fundraiser for UTSA football players. Go by and get some exclusive UTSA merch. Then you could head out to Freeman Coliseum. Ramon Ayala is going to be out there. Lorna Shore at the Boeing Center at Techsport. Green Hall has Casey Donahue, and Vibes Underground has Caskets.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Saturday night at a Floors Country Store, good band, Eli Young Band. That'll be a good time out there. Stable Hall at the Pearl on Saturday night. The Stable Stein Fest, an Oktoberfest celebration with Bexus Brass, Spies Like Us, Mackenzie's Good Time Polka Band.
Polka.
And much, much more. Casey Donahue is at the Green Hall on Saturday night. That'll be a good show as well. And Fat Joe is at the 1092 nightclub. Fat Joe.
Isn't that the 1902 club?
Oh, the 1902 club? All
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah, Fat Joe's there. And it's not me.
I was going to say. Sunday at the Aztec Theater, Architects. Charlie McComb Empire Theater has the 1964 The Tribute to the Beatles.
Monday night at the Frost Bank Center, the Spurs take on the Oklahoma City Thunder, preseason game number 1.
Wow.
How about that?
What about Usher up at the Moody Center?
Oh, well, that guy too, yeah.
Yeah.
When you really go see the Spurs?
Dude, is this Lucinda Williams? Is that real? Stable Hall at the Pearl has Lucinda
Wow.
Williams on Tuesday night.
How about that? That's pretty cool.
Do you guys, if you don't know who Lucinda Williams is, man, go check that out. That's going to be
You can
incredible.
go see Usher on Tuesday night. He's
Yeah.
at the Moody Center twice.
Well, and Lucinda's doing, well, on Tuesday night it's called Don't Anybody the Secrets, if Pledge wrote that right.
Don't tell any secrets, I think it will.
Well, that's not what you wrote.
She at the 1092 bar?
No. She's at the Stable Hall at the Pearl. And then Wednesday night, a Lucinda Rock Show.
Uh-huh.
That'll be a lot of fun. What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, samsburgerjoint.com. You know what else we do on Thursdays?
Grilling with the Blitz. Presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
We tell you all the time, you know you're grilling. Upload those photos to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com for your chance to win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. That is what Felicia did with some incredible-looking poppers. That bacon seasoned and looks perfect. Congratulations. You get yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
Congratulations.
Have fun at George Strait tonight.
Thank you so much. I will. Appreciate your pledge, fluffing me.
Literal extra innings.
Yes.
For James Pledger. That's next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. See you tomorrow out at Ancira Nissan. The Blitz starts at 2. Make sure you catch the Morning Huddle tomorrow morning from 6 to 10.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.